Are we streaming? Are we streaming here? Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the Chunk stream. Is this working? Can anybody see this? Let's take a nice slow start here. Don't have to start with a bang or anything. I just want to make sure this is actually going out. It says it's working. Oh yeah, someone says they can see me.
Right. That's still on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, welcome to the Chunk production stream. We're going to be doing some Chunk stuff today. Myself and MoxieFamous and MoxieFamous' roommate. I'm not actually going to be doing Chunk stuff, really. I'm the front man. I'm the face of the operation. And the voice. And, that's why I'm in front here. They're going to be doing stuff behind me. Making Chunk shit. If you don't know what Chunk is at this point, god damn it! How many times do I have to tell you? No, let's assume you're just a new person to the whole Chunk ethos. First of all, you could just go to this website, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. It's a website, is what Chunk is. It's a subscription service, sorta. You can subscribe to it. What it is if you subscribe to it, it's $10 a month. We will send you a piece of physical media in the mail every month, theoretically. We're working on it. We're a little bit behind. We've been behind since we started, and the first month we did 3 chunks instead of just one. It's been a fucking uphill battle since then, but we're making big strides in the right direction. We're going to be talking about today the things that we're doing to improve Chunk. We're getting everybody the chunks that they are owed. If you sign up for Chunk now, you will get the next chunk that comes out. Right now, what we just put out, is this chunk. Let's see this. I'm going to pull this up so I can actually see this shit. See that? This is the Cheese to Meet You Mouse, written and drawn by Hans Amsler, a very well-regarded German author, a philosopher of some sort. Okay, this is what a lot of chunks look like. They're little booklets like this. A lot of them are comics. Some are zines. Some are just gonna be art books. There's a variety of things, but it sort of looks like this sort of size, a sort of small booklet. This one is 5 inches by 7 inches approximately after trimming. And I'll show you some of the inside here. See this? Ooh, yeah. Here's a little more. Whoa, don't look at that page. Okay. Yeah. See this shit? That's a chunk. This one's a 28-page comic. It's called The Cheese to Meet You Mouse. You want to prove? Look at that. Was I right? Is that 5?
It's like 5 1/4.
And this?
It's like 7 3/4.
Okay, so it's bigger than I said even. Pretty good. Okay, for $10 you get this. It's The Cheese to Meet You Mouse. This is the second issue, or second chapter, I should say. In this story, it's about a sort of despicable character, the Cheese to Meet You Mouse. He's the owner of a brap farm. He has several brap hogs, which he milks for farts, or just, I don't know what the term would be for milking a fart. Like, I don't know, but anyway, you can see, like, on the first page here, this is some of his brap hogs. That's Nikocado Avocado is one of his prized piggies. In the first issue of this, which we put out last year, might have been March 2023, the Cheese to Meet You Mouse was visited by the the alien Mark Zuckerberg, you can see here. They're working together on a plan. They have horrible ideas in mind. We don't know exactly what their plan is, but they have some sort of devious scheme that goes against all of humanity. I don't want to give it away or over-explain this too much, but this is the Cheese to Meet You Mouse Chapter 2. This is what you can expect when you sign up for Chunk. You're going to get stuff like this. This is a pretty particular one because this is definitely the nastiest chunk we ever put out. Both the Cheese to Meet You Mouses. Mice. And so if you're into stuff that's just gross and depraved and just questionable all around, I'm not going to say edgy because that's got a negative connotation now. I don't mind when things are edgy, but a lot of people hear edgy, they've got a whole set of assumptions. Well, this is a really gross, disgusting comic with lots of horrible, at the very least, questionable things that happen in it. So if you're into that sort of shit, go to chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. Check it out. You can buy this individually. You don't have to subscribe to Chunk. You don't have to be a monthly member. That's just a way for you to make sure that you're going to get every chunk. Doing. Oh. That's pretty good. That works. Yeah, so you can just buy this individually. It's $10. It comes with one of these stickers. This whole thing's not going to be an advertising pitch. I'm just starting it that way. But, like this is, I just want you to know. If you don't know what Chunk is, it comes with one of these stickers. These are nice, high-quality stickers. We just started doing stickers. It's part of what we're going to be doing today on the stream. Here's a nice one. That's the Cheese to Meet You Mouse. You see that? Right up in that. Oh. Yeah. Vinyl laminated stickers printed on our very own stack of printers back here. Hope you can see that. That's Moxie there. He does all of the production shit with Chunk. I don't do anything. I mean, I come here every like 3 months or so, and I cut out some stuff maybe, or like put chunks in envelopes, but that's pretty much the extent of my involvement. I mean, hey, not to do my own horn. I get the artists lined up. I got my place. I sell this shit to you. It's not shit. Whoa, take it back. This is high quality art that everybody should have, especially this one, which is on sale right now for $10. Anyway, you get one of these stickers. You can also buy this full pack of stickers. You can see there's 12 unique designs here, all from the artist, author, Hans Amsler. I'll just go through all of them. Boom. That one. This is the author right there. That's Hans. You can sort of see that. Oh, that one. Don't look at my dirty fingernails. This, nice. Real nice. Just show you all these. All these stickers are about 2.5 inches in diameter. They're nice, they're high quality. We make them in-house, we print them here, we cut them here. You're going to see later, we'll be cutting some stickers for the next chunk. This is it's the sort of stuff you get with the Cheese to Meet You Mouse. This Cheese to Meet You Mouse is giant testicles. This, can't really read that, but there's some fun text on there. It's one of the Brap Hogs. I'm not gonna wait for it to focus. I don't even know if I can show this one on YouTube, but it's probably blurry enough you can't really see what it is. Anyway, you can buy these stickers as well, if you don't want to get the comic for some reason, you just want the stickers, you just love stickers. You can buy this whole sticker pack, these 12 stickers, very high quality. That's also $10. But you can buy both. You can get the stickers and the comic for $16. That's 40% off the stickers. You can't get, I mean, I guess you could say it's 20% off the whole thing, but that's not how I view it. I think you get 40% off the stickers. You go to chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. All this that I have in my hands is available to you. Be going in the mail shortly. We just sent out about 150 copies of this to all the people who are subscribed to Chunk. So those will be, you know, if you are already a Chunk subscriber, you should be getting that in the mail shortly. Went out yesterday. I would expect it to be there by the end of the week, basically. And that's what we do. Chunk. So today we're going to be making some stuff. What are you going to be doing?
I'm just laminating right now.
Moxie's going to be laminating new stickers. These are the Cheese to Meet You stickers, but this is a new thing we're doing now, where we're doing stickers. We got a long time ago, we bought a clicker press.
Yep.
It's like a big, heavy-duty piece of machinery that allows us to cut out all these stickers and have them look real nice like this. We got that a while ago, but we haven't been able to use it until recently. We sort of we're upgrading Chunk all the time, and it sometimes takes extra time for, you know, we got to get a range of upgrades when they all eventually synergize together into an actual useful thing. And in this case, now we can make stickers, and we are, because people love stickers. Right?
Huh?
People love stickers?
Seems like it.
Somebody loves stickers. I was told that, and I believe it. I've gotten stickers, and you know, that's the great thing is, everybody who makes stickers, they're using some sort of middleman. So, you know, they're not making any money off stickers unless they're charging a crazy amount of money for it. Like, this is great. We make money off these stickers when you buy them. For real. That's why we can afford to, you know, say, hey, we'll bundle it together and make it only $6 for these 12 high quality stickers. I mean, these are really nice. They're laminated. I don't know if you can tell, but they're laminated. You could probably put these, you know, if you covered your whole laptop with these, it probably makes the whole thing waterproof. I think that's possible. I'm willing to have someone else try that and let me know. Anyway, we do a lot of upgrades for Chunk. These printers that I got behind me are one of the big upgrades. We used to have these horrible printers. Oh yeah, you can see them. They're not horrible, really. They served us well for many years.
We got like 80,000 sheets.
80,000 sheets.
And they were all used or like refurbs.
Mm-hmm.
And we put them through a lot.
Right. They weren't horrible. They became horrible at the end because we had printed 80,000 sheets on them and they were already used. And they're photo printers. They're not commercial printers. They're not built to have 80,000 sheets printed on them. So it reached the point with these bad boys where printing on them was a nightmare. Moxie, do you want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, just a lot of the stuff was starting to break down. Rubber rollers were having to be serviced all the time. The rejuvenator, a lot of plastic bits were starting to break, and I'd have to like glue them together, and it was just getting to a point where they were at the end of their useful life, and they required a lot of babysitting, and
so it's like too old to be serviced.
yeah, and also just it would be too costly to service them.
Mm-hmm.
Buying them used and all that, you know, it's not like we have a warranty. These ones I all bought new, so like they've got a warranty on it, so if they break, I can just say, hey, give me a new one,
Mm-hmm.
or fix it. So that will be useful.
So yeah, you were having to service them yourself whenever they broke down, which was like pretty frequently.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them, and I'd say consistently 1.5 worked every print run. And they just kind of take turns on which one was wanting to work.
And then even when they're working, is pretty touch and go because, like you said, you had to babysit them the whole time they're printing. You can't just like set them to print and like overnight and you wake up and everything's all done.
Oh man, that would be the dream.
Yeah, can't even do that with these ones, really.
No, yeah, they don't really have a. They're made for, printing photos, so they have very small paper trays.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even if they are working just with no problems, you have to swap out the paper, reload it pretty often.
And that's ideal circumstances, which happen more with these new printers.
Yeah, still run into little problems here and there. Having to learn how to use a whole new printer and what settings to do and how to tweak them and whatnot. But like I know in like Bug Saga, that we had like 2 misprinted sheets in the whole thing. It just went the whole time, just went straight through.
Bug Saga. That's volume 3. Yeah, these are oh, I forgot what I was gonna say about Bug Saga. Anyway. Yeah, but so it's a huge improvement going from these to these. This is a semi-recent. I think we've talked about these new printers on stream. I think last time we were setting them up, right?
Something like that. Yeah, it was like what, November or something.
Yeah. Huh? We're back. Good Lord, how long
There we go.
Has anybody heard anything we said at this point?
You always,
Let's look at the chat. Yeah.
Back there,
Good
you can always
Lord.
ask the chat if they know what's
How long have we had no audio, guys?
but there is audio now.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah, we got audio.
I'm in character now. Don't worry about it.
Okay, the last couple minutes. I don't know what we're talking about. Alright, a few minutes? 3 minutes? That's better. So at least wasn't the whole time. What were we talking about? Laminating. Moxie's laminating. We're talking about that. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah, I guess do you want one of the sheets to show off sticker design?
Yes. Yes, I do. Okay. So what we were talking about, this is what Moxie's working on here. These are the stickers for the next... I gotta keep an eye on this now. I don't know what happened. These are the stickers for the next chunk. And like I was saying with this one, we've been sort of slowly introducing these stickers. It's been, you know, a new process. And this Cheese to Meet You Mouse, this is the first one. Very nice, man.
I like it.
So, Cheese to Meet You Mouse is the first one where we're actually selling like a whole sticker pack. Each comic comes with one included. And then if you want, you can buy this whole other pack that's got the 12 designs. This one is for the next chunk we got called Soma. I'll bring these up close to the camera here so you can see. Ooh.
Now, is that the guy who's done like the album art for you in the past? The Retribution and... No, someone else?
No.
Similar
Someone
style.
else. This is a guy from an artist called Etienne Boulet. He's from Montreal.
French.
French
Okay.
Canadian. Same thing.
2 strikes, but
Yeah, so
it ain't out yet.
yeah, we haven't shown any of Soma yet. Like we're still in the process of getting that all set for printing.
Should
Doing
be
the
pretty close. We've got
Yeah.
it all put together. Just haven't done a full test print yet.
Yeah.
But, like, edits have been done, and it's all put together in the document.
Right on.
So it's just getting it in the print ready format.
And that'll go real quick once, you know, it's like a lot of the process is getting things ready for mass printing because obviously you don't want to mass print and then start changing things. So once we get going with that, it won't take too long to get that out. This is Roommate, by the way. I don't know if you want to lean in or if you're comfortable with just your torso being in there. We hired him recently to help out with Chunk because I can't be here all the time and Moxie has an actual job.
I've mostly been doing just like the clicker press stuff and occasional like just trimming or what have you, but mostly
and
just...
also, it's not just like hiring my roommate. He's worked in a die cutting shop doing die cutting, so it actually is pertaining to the
True.
sticker cutting.
So yeah, I could
It's true.
maybe I can talk about it as I'm going, but like
Yeah.
the presses are different. I mean, like a lot of like the mechanisms are the same, but like you know, this one's the one we're using is made for like leather cutting and not the
Yeah.
usual for like
Oh,
it's not a mechanical press.
well, we could do some Chunk leather at some point.
We
Yeah.
could. I mean, yeah, we got the equipment for some of it.
We need to buy leather. You know, that's probably gonna be
That kind of something.
that costs
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Probably costs more than paper. But anyway, he'll be doing over here in the corner. He'll be cutting these sheets
Yeah,
that Moxie is
when these are all
laminating.
laminated. Yeah, I'll hit that.
So what I was saying when I was all muted, I was talking about how Moxie's laminating back here. Basically, he's got this. What's this called? A cold roll laminator.
Yeah, cold roll lamination. So it's like you got the lamination sheets. They're just big clear stickers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, thick, super sticky. And some of them are a pain in the ass to work with. The easiest way to get them on there is with a cold roll laminator. And you just roll it on there nice and smooth. And then it's on there really good.
Sticks on there. You just trim off the
Right, because
edges.
like a not exactly a roll, but like a heat-based laminator doesn't use adhesive. It just kind of melts the plastic together, right? And it just kind of sandwiches around the paper.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know.
Yeah.
The downside, of course, though, with something like that,
You can't make a sticker out of it.
no, yeah, because like the plastic that's not touching isn't adherent to anything except for other plastic. So if you were to say laminate a sheet like this and cut it out, it'd all fall apart because that's just how the plastic isn't adhesive. It's just plastic.
I've seen people do like, spray lamination, but that's just, it's not going to have as smooth and nice of a finish.
Yeah.
Plus, we got some different, like, those little stickers with artificial fruit.
Right,
That
yeah,
was like
yeah.
holographic. You can get different little effects.
That's right. Yeah, we've ordered, in fact, a wide variety of laminating sheets with a wide variety of stupid effects for
Yeah.
most of them. We've only used the normal good ones so far, but there's really stupid ones out there too, which we plan to use in the future for just the right project. You know, things like hearts and bubbles, like
Ugh.
holographic diamonds and
Stars and
stuff.
shit.
Stars, yeah. So, you know, we're waiting for the right project to use that. We're obviously not going to use that for something that someone really cares deeply about and put a lot of time and effort into.
Unless they want it, of course, but
Yeah,
who would?
yeah.
Yeah, I can trim those when you're done with them. You just hand me the scissors. And you spend that time, like, getting the next roller ready.
No, I gotta do a little bit of trimming after the initial. So it's.
Well, I'm saying, like, I can... Oh, I see, you gotta trim twice?
I get it on there. I gotta trim off the head part so it doesn't stick and roll in, and then after I'm done, you know.
Bah! Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, so there was a point to hiring roommate. He does have actual specific skilled experience in this.
I'm not just a
Deal.
piece of shit, yeah.
No, I mean, but obviously a big benefit of hiring you is you have a roughly 1 second commute.
Yeah, you know, an extra pair of hands.
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot easier to have you working on this, not just because you know what you're doing, but also because it costs me several $100s to get here, and then I have to.
And you don't do shit anyway,
and,
so...
and exactly, I don't know what I'm doing.
You squanch.
I can apply stickers like I did. I'll tell you, I put these stickers. You see that little catalog sticker that goes on the plastic? You can't see that at all.
You just went around the light.
But I put all those on. You can see it's a bit askew. So, but the thing is, I don't get paid, technically,
So you can fuck up as much as you want?
and not feel
Alright.
bad. I don't have exactly. I don't have a boss. That's what it's all about. But anyway, you do, and you have to do a good job, and you do.
Okay, good. I would hope so.
I mean, we'll see. I guess.
I try. I work hard.
I guess time will tell.
I only made like 3. There's only like 3 like unusable stickers from the last run when I was cutting out all the Cheese and Michu ones. That's mostly just like the testing phase to figure out like where to put them on the cutting board.
It's pretty
We're
good.
having a live stream. It's not a job interview. You've already got the job. You don't need to sell it.
I just want people to be
Good
impressed.
to know.
They'll see you later when you're doing your shit, and then when you don't cock up, they'll be impressed.
I want everyone in the chat, if there is a chat, I don't know. I want everyone clapping for me when I'm doing a good job.
Big claps in the chat for roommate, new employee. Don't tell the government though, because then he's gonna have to pay taxes.
I fucking hate taxes.
Good lord, yeah. There's a. Well, we shouldn't get into it. 'cause
I
don't
work
wanna
strictly under the
ruin it.
table from now on.
We all do.
We
It's
all
cool.
I wish.
Right, Moxie does have a real job. Moxie's the only person in this room with a real job. How's that feel?
I feel so much better than all of you. It's really what's making it so that we can upgrade everything.
Yeah.
Most of my money goes to buying equipment.
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's a necessary evil to work a full-time job in the early morning.
It's necessary for one of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could do it too, but you know,
I did once.
yeah.
First one broke my back for like 2 years. The other one made me almost a serial killer.
And you piece of shit.
Oh,
Me?
Yeah.
You're a quitter.
What? Oh, we're talking about.
Oh no, Jezebel was pre-married or whatever her name was.
She was gonna marry the Berenstain.
I don't
Bears,
want
and
to talk
had-
about that. I don't want to talk about. Okay, I did. Yeah, I worked. I the first time I worked at Target, I worked there for like almost a year,
Wow.
which is pretty good. Pretty good. And then the second time I worked there for almost 2 weeks, and you know the problem was they don't appreciate me there, dude.
Did you
I
do
was
it-
doing better work like I already knew all the shit. I came in and I'm like, the numbers are off the charts, the
Wait,
metrics.
the first
Nobody
time or
said
the
thank
second
you.
time?
The second time.
Oh.
Because I already had the first time experience. But nobody was like, hey, great job. You did a really good job. People must tell you that all the time.
It's probably because you spend all your time, like, sniffing Sabrina's neck or whatever the fuck you were
That
doing.
is not... I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. I had a great thing, though, when I worked...
What was her name? Gerwig?
There's no...
Earwig.
I don't know
Hey,
what...
Gene Hara, are you married yet?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, Gene Hara, the Mythbuster, died the other day.
The other day?
Yeah. Technically.
I had a great thing at Target the second time I was working there. When I worked there for 9 days. I was part of the fulfillment people.
That shit sucks.
Those are like,
Fulfillment.
you know, those are the 18-year-olds. That's
Those are like the Uber Eats people.
basically, yeah. They
Put a bunch of marshmallows in a cart.
They're the people who, do the grocery shopping for people who don't want to come in and pull the items off the shelves. They determine on the app what they want, and then we buy it for them. And yeah, it's like where the 18, 19, and 85-year-olds work in Target. That work center. But I had a great thing where I was really pissed about working at Target.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pissed even more that I had to do other people's grocery shopping for them. It was very easy in my head to villainize whoever I was buying their groceries. You'd be like, what, you couldn't fucking come in here and get your own fucking chips? So I'd have a funny, I shouldn't preface it with saying it's funny. You'd gather all the groceries in your cart, you get like 10 orders or something, and then you go into this little curtained off area, which is just in the store because they have nowhere to put it. It's like we're in the women's clothing section with some curtains up.
Good place for groceries.
And bring in the stuff. You're supposed to package it up you put it in bags and stuff. And I would have, when no one else was packing there, I had what I called the break station, which is where I would take the item that I was supposed to put in the bag, and right before I put it in the bag, I'd break it. So if it was like a bag of chips, I would have it, and I'd shake it up until it was dust, and then I'd put it in the bag. And I knew it was going to catch up with me eventually, so that was one of the reasons I had to quit. But
Yeah, what was all that shit you were saying before about being a good employee?
Yeah.
that's what I had to get at. Because
I was a great employee
Okay.
for like 18 minutes, and then I created a break station.
And then I had my first actual job after the interview. Where I'd hang out in the woman's clothing aisle and break shit.
Okay, that was the...
That wasn't your fault, but still.
That was the regulated area.
But the way I swing it, it sounds worse, so it makes it funnier.
Yeah,
Just hanging out by the woman's lingerie, breaking chips.
And my coworkers, they never asked me anything about myself. I was so ready to say that I had a YouTube.
Guys, I'm famous.
Exactly.
Jeez.
I was just on the tip of my tongue every single day. All anybody had to say was like, "So what do you do outside of work?" And I would be like, "Oh shit! Here's a link. Check out all my fucking vids." But no one ever asked once. No one cared.
Good.
In 9 days.
In 9 days.
How long am I supposed to wait?
I don't know, just put like some sort of like a grace period for
I
like,
asked about other
acclimating.
people, strictly because I thought I would get a reciprocal ask, and it never happened.
Hey, you married already?
Don't.
I was gonna say, like,
It's not
Gollum,
what
you
I'm
married?
talking about. It's not what I'm talking about. That's old news, dude. I don't even remember. I don't want to hear that name, and luckily you guys don't remember it.
Grendel. That was
No.
it. Gretel. Graham Cracker.
Okay, it was a dark time. It was a very dark time.
9-day war.
Yeah, the 9-day war stalking poor Gretel. Breaking chips in the woman's lingerie
I'll say
aisle.
though, it's good. It is good to work a job.
Yeah.
Because in 9 days I made like $1,000. Now it takes me like 2 months to make me that.
Yeah, regular work is pretty nice. Even in this economy, just having like guaranteed money is nice.
Right. It sucks. Working is obviously horrible, but they do pay you for it. That is the trade-off.
But when you can live off of nothing but just like carbs, sawdust, and beer, then
you can really stretch it.
You
Yeah,
can buy a lot of dumb shit.
Mm.
you can buy a lot of beer.
Oh yeah. So we were talking about this a little before the stream about Moxie's impulse purchases on the internet.
Yeah, not good.
I mean, you can see just like this corner, obviously, there's a lot of shit here. A lot of this is chunk stuff. But this apartment is just full of shit. It's full of...
Have we talked about this yet?
No,
We'll leave that behind.
we don't need to
We
talk
won't
about
worry
that.
about it.
There's so much shit in this apartment. Just like equipment. Technology that is very old, like pretty archaic technology. Do you want to talk about any of that?
Well, it's mostly from back when I lived in California. I would go to the flea market and buy old AV equipment, old computers, video game shit, and then sell it on eBay. That's the main way I made money out there. So there's a lot of stuff which I just never got rid of. Like I've got a couple boxes full of old, like reel-to-reel recorders and whatnot that I just haven't gone around to, because I had to move pretty unexpectedly fast, and then again, so a lot of shit is in boxes,
And
has
you
stayed
wouldn't,
in boxes.
you would never, a lot of people might take the event of moving to be like, there's a lot of shit I have to throw out.
And I did, but
Really?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I don't keep everything. Seems like seems
could've
like
fooled
it,
me.
but yeah, I got rid of a lot of stuff.
He'll sell shit.
Right. Yeah, you don't really get rid of...
Like
yeah,
I
that's the
gave
way
my
you get
old
rid of shit.
TV to or left it with my friend. I think he probably replaced with a bigger, better one, but he had that for a couple of years.
Nice. That's a kind thing to do.
I don't need a TV.
There's a TV right off where I'm sleeping on the floor over there. What's the deal with that TV?
That was an old one. I think, is it the same friend?
Yeah.
One of his old ones that he was getting rid of, and I was like, I'll use it as a reference monitor.
So we ended up trading, I guess.
Hmm.
And yeah, so that's what that one's for.
Hmm.
Down when we had that other place and we were in a basement, we were doing streaming shit there. We had a main TV and then set up another TV as like a reference monitor or something.
Yeah.
Ah, damn, I messed up a couple of things.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'll spot it. That one I might be able to save in the corner.
This one also is close.
I gotta pee. You guys keep
That one I
talking
can
about
save.
that.
That's not too bad.
Should stop talking and I should start
Focus.
focus on this shit.
Chair.
The only chair in the apartment. Oh yeah, I'm not even marked that 'cause you'll see them.
I'll see it. Yeah. I'll use my eyes and I'll spot it. Whoa. Nice. Should I say something? Who cares? He's got it.
I forgot he was saying something about turning the music on. You turn on that Makita speaker.
I talk so much louder than you guys.
Yeah, it must be the Italian.
Must be.
I think maybe I'm in performance mode. I got.
I don't like to project.
No, we're all just normal dudes here.
Well, yeah. Normally we're dudes, but now we're all just being a bunch of characters, putting on voices, silly,
No.
stupid voices.
Yeah, this isn't how I talk.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
let's just be normal.
I mean, are you sure about that?
What?
Are you sure about that? I mean, my regular voice doesn't really carry very well.
Alright, yeah, you go back.
Alright.
Go back to your performer voice.
It's more pleasing. This is my retail voice back in the day.
Right, yeah, we're selling stuff.
Right, yeah, because
This is my salesman voice.
you gotta put on a happy face and a fake smile.
But that's the great thing about junk, you know. We're selling something that we believe in. I don't know why I'm saying we, like, you don't sell it.
No.
It's just me who sells it.
Yeah, it's just you.
I'm selling something that I believe in. This is a great thing about junk. I'm going to just go off on a little preachy
tangent?
tangent. What's so great about chunk is that we work with these independent artists, and, you know, these are super talented people, everyone who we've worked with. We're like... We're bridging a gap somewhere where it's like there's the real publishing world, which I don't know anything about that.
The New York Times and
right. The New York Post.
New York Post.
The New York Magazine.
New York Magazine. Yep.
We're
all that publishing.
We're not like that. You know, we're talking with people, basically people who I've worked with, or people that, you know, I know, or people who just message me out of the blue. They'll send me a whole finished freaking thing and be like, hey, what do you think about this for chunk? And I'll read it.
Nice.
I'll be like, oh, it's great. Of course. Let's print it. Where was I going with this?
You're pumping up chunk.
Oh, yeah. So,
why you like it so much.
Yeah. Because it's good.
Guys, chunk is the next Hollywood.
Mm.
Chunk is going to be
Hold on, he's the face.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got to do the talking here.
I don't want to say that. I
Chunk.
don't agree. No.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I get it. I get where you're going.
I'm
with this.
right.
Chunk will be bigger than Hollywood because
Hollywood's going to fall into a fucking tar pit and sink into
exactly
the black abyss.
we're in the middle of the country right now. Soon, at some point, Moxie's going to move wherever Moxie lives. That's where Chunk HQ is. Then we'll be in the middle of nowhere, totally safe from nuclear weapons.
Hell yeah.
You know, so eventually the New York Times and the Hollywood Reporter, they're going to be fucking rubble because of global conflict.
They might try and retaliate against us and our success, but we're locked up, bitches.
Yeah, it'll be far too late for them. They'll be incinerated by the consequences of their actions, I would say.
Yeah, most likely.
You know, there's a reason that those places are where we want to nuke.
Yeah,
not us, not we.
But, you know, like, it's
the world.
I mean, one, just like, it's like, you know, ports, so like trade and like incoming goods, but also just they're scum.
That's true, yeah. I was thinking, yeah, that is a good point. There is a strategic element there, but also just like...
I could name some slurs, but probably don't want to get into that.
No, we shouldn't. We'll leave that for within the chunks.
Yeah, the chunks are full of free peach speech.
Peach speech?
Peach speech. Free peaches in the chunks. No, free peach in shit. Guys, chunk is all about free...
Peach?
Speech. Right?
Free peaches.
Free peach... The goal of chunk is to move to Georgia and get lots of free peaches.
Anyway, what I was saying... I don't remember exactly, but the point was this is independent media.
Something about slurs.
No, wait, move past that. Independent media by independent artists, people who are, you know, I guess I feel weird saying up and coming because then it sounds like we're gonna be like a stepping stool till, you know.
We could be.
Fuck.
Well, here's the thing: is
I hope not.
They're on the same level as us, but if we step up, they step up with us. So in a way.
What if they step beyond us? Then they've gone too far.
Then they're up in Hollywood or like on YouTube and doing their thing there.
Oh shit, we can move up to Vimeo.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. I hope not. I don't know what I'm saying, but what the main point I'm trying to make is that Chunk, what's good about it is that it's independent artists. It's totally independent of the global conspiracy. I don't want to say global homo.
You don't?
No. But you know what I mean. Just like, you know, the global problem. I'm not saying that those are you
a
know.
global problem. That could be.
That's not what I meant.
construed in so
That's
many
not
ways.
what I meant. And you know it's not. And everyone knows that's not what I meant. Okay. Chunk is...
I heard homos.
No. We're not talking about any of that.
Let him talk. Let him do his spiel.
Yeah. So,
I only got on this still.
there's no... We can print whatever we want with Chunk. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, we have no obligations. We have no money. We have no, you know, there's no
I thought maybe
corporate backing.
one beer in,
There's
but-
no even, you know, there's only 110 people who are subscribed to us, so we can do whatever we
Okay,
want.
Just go hang
And
out
that's
for a
what's
little bit. And
that's what's
Oh, sorry.
I was just trying whether,
You're
like,
talking
if I could
shop.
fit, like, one more beer in before using 200 pounds of pressure on, you know, like, metal blades that cut through laminated paper. And I figured with the timing of it, I might as well wait until I'm done to
yeah.
keep on drinking.
You ever had an accident with the die cutter?
No, not once. I mean, like,
What?
not like a. I mean, I've like fucked up like material before. Like, sometimes when you put it like in the guides, it might like slip. But like, I've only messed up, you know, like the blanks. I never actually like chopped a finger off or anything.
Let's see. Okay, the proof is in the fingers, I guess.
Got all my toes too. I'd show you, but it'd take me like 10 minutes to take my boots off. So
So anyway, with Chunk, we're not liable, is what I'm saying. We're not responsible for anything that we put out.
yeah.
That's basically where I'm going with this.
If some rat diarrhea's all over the president's forehead, or some guy draws a girl in a towel, it's not our fault.
You bought it. I told you. Be careful. I mean, I didn't say that right off the rip, but now I'm saying, hey, if you got a problem with, you know, some iffy subject matter,
Yeah,
I mean,
read
there's no returns.
it everywhere. You're in for a scare, as they say.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're not responsible for what happens with Chunk. I mean, you know, what we're focused on is making sure that the artist's vision is fully delivered on. We're in the production phase. That's what, and by we I mean Moxie. Moxie is making sure that I'm trying to pawn the responsibility off on someone else right now, but
The responsibility is on the buyer.
exactly.
It's their fault they wanted it,
That's a great point.
even though they got it automatically in the mail via subscription. It's their fucking fault.
By the time they get it, yeah, it's far too late.
They knew it was
Okay,
coming.
The problem is our customers supporting our artists.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we're just in the middle.
We're the middleman.
hands
Totally
off.
innocent. We have nothing to do with anything.
Exactly. We just, you know, we're hands off.
Why are we even having this stream? We're not doing anything.
No,
Like,
we've never done anything.
We're just giving these artists a platform, whether it be a soapbox or a gallows. We put them up there, and then it's up to you whether you listen to them or you pull a lever and they fall
That's a
to
good
their,
point.
to their death.
That's a good point. Yeah, we're allowing you the opportunity to.
We just build the stage. And by we, I mean you guys. I just mostly do mechanical shit and fiddly
Just
diddly
an occasional employee.
stuff. Yeah. I work sometimes.
Sometimes. When
We've
you're
been-
awake,
Yeah.
our sleep schedules don't line up very well because I work early mornings and he doesn't.
Yeah,
So,
Moxie sleeps from like 5 to midnight.
yeah, a lot of times I have work at 3:30. Normally I get up at 2. This is AM. But if I'm like doing a project, I usually get up at midnight so I can get like 2.5, 3 hours of work done before going to work, where I like unload a truck and do a bunch, like throw around, move around a bunch of heavy shit. 'Cause then when I get back, I'm kind of tired and I just want to get drunk and go to bed.
I felt that, you know, when I was working at Target for 9 days. I was in the same boat. Get home after working 8 hours. I mean, really like 9 or whatever it ends up being.
Oh yeah, it's like 8.5, and you have that half-hour unpaid lunch that you have to take.
45, right?
Depends on the state's regulations. It's 30 minutes here.
Oh,
Not to mention,
That's
of
better.
course, the commute time. Sometimes, like my first job at the dye shop, like it was like a 45-minute one there and then back. So that's like almost like an hour and a half, I think.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like about an hour and a half, like driving time.
And you
And
can't
peak
drink during
traffic,
that
too.
even.
What?
You can't drink during that.
No.
Like on the way back from work.
Yeah.
That's a
No,
pain
yeah, I
in the
mean,
ass.
one thing, like, like the shop was in a, like, industrial area, so there's no liquor stores on the way home. I have to go out of my way.
Mm.
And, I'm driving.
My Target is like 2 doors down from a Total Wine, so I can
nice.
stock up and then go home.
Yeah, but that would be, that's my move on those, those fateful weekend 2 days was I couldn't possibly get anything done after fucking work. I don't know why, I don't know how anybody would do that. So what Moxie is doing really is abnormal.
I think the difference is there's passion here.
Well,
You gotta live with passion. If you live without passion, you're just gonna slowly shrivel up into some fucking.
I would have
prick.
felt passionate about it if someone had asked me what I was doing after work, because then I would have been like, "Oh shit, today I'm gonna be." I would have had someone to do it for.
But I mean, like, but when you get home, though, where's your passion?
Right here, baby.
Not your thousands and hundreds of fans. Not doing the call-in shows, or it's just
That's a consequence of the
work.
passion.
Is
Yeah,
it
really.
work in hell and drink beer? I mean, that's
Oh my
most
God.
people. Let's be fair. That's most people's life is just
That's a
work in
good
hell then drink beer.
Yeah, I don't have a family. I don't have any responsibilities,
Nice.
even with Chunk. Okay, I don't want to give the impression that I don't care about Chunk, because I actually do.
Mhm.
Just that I don't do work for it.
I just
You
don't
used
do
to
any.
all the shipping, but then you had to
Ooh.
move. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like the main thing. Is like you would line stuff up and you would ship everything out. So I would ship them a
That's
big
true.
box of shit.
But yeah, you
But now I have to.
you
do
went
that
mobile.
Too.
Yeah, I went homeless style, Opa homeless style, and yeah, now you guys do that.
Yeah.
Big load off my shoulders.
Oh, yeah, I also help with like the packaging and shit.
Mm-hmm. But that you don't need, you don't need experience.
You don't
for
need a
that.
degree for that. No.
You could be like me and do that.
And I am. In fact, I do it better than you. I put the stickers on straight.
That
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
No?
It matters to
Alright,
me.
nice.
Doesn't take any extra time to do it.
It does.
It does.
It's not the way I do it.
Oh.
What's your special secret method?
Why don't you go work
Well,
at
you
the post
see,
office?
I connect them at a point where they're parallel or perpendicular to the edges.
I try to do that. I just fail more often.
I guess I have steady hands.
It's hard. It's hard work. Okay, when I do it.
Wait until you see me line up these fucking stickers and chop them.
I do. I'm curious to see. I've never seen it before.
It's really not much, but
I want to get. We're trying to get this on video, your process, so that we can replace you with us in the future. It's like we'll watch how you do it, and then that's the training that we need. No.
All right, well,
Oh, that was such an accurate hit.
and that's how I can put stamps on in the right spot and correctly. Steady hands.
We're all friends here. This is all whenever we're bullying each other, it's all in good fun. I remember when we did one of the streams a while ago.
I'm sure I saw it.
We got a little bit drunk,
A little bit.
Only a little bit, though.
which is not indicative of how we are.
No.
We are hardworking guys, obviously. Well, at least Moxie is for sure. But yeah, I remember I got some messages after that stream of people who are genuinely concerned for my
like
safety.
self-care shit and stuff.
They're just concerned. They're
I
like,
was doing something, right?
they were like, hey, like it's like people like more than one person was concerned. They're just like, I know things can get out of hand sometimes, but like, hey, if you need some help, if you need me to call somebody.
That's like my mom back in the day. Like would like me and my sibling would start not even like hitting each other, just making fun of each other, ribbing, riffing, and then she'll be like,
Just ribbing and riffing.
and she'll be like, ah! And then to bring the spirit back to the home, start singing like hymns.
Oh wow.
It's like the spirit of God. It's like, and then we'll be like, Mom, stop! You're ruining it. We had a good vibe going.
Is chat saying anything, or are we just gonna talk about dumb bullshit?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Gotta
You're
be
right.
something.
You're right. You're right. Somehow the viewership has not dropped to. I would have expected we're at about 5.
How long can we talk about like stickers and laminating?
Well, that was all when we were muted. So.
Right. But maybe people have questions for us.
Yeah,
that we
we'll
can
say
answer.
this. Yeah. Let's do a little interactivity. If you have any kind of questions about Chunk, anything that could possibly be related to Chunk, send us a little message in chat, and we'll try to get to that. We'll stop talking about whatever the hell we're talking about currently.
Hey man, what's your work commute? Jesus, we're talking about the dumbest shit.
Yeah. How was your day? No, actually, no. You should ask him how his day was, because that means a lot to him, apparently.
Not my day. It's
So what do you do
my
for fun?
passion.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If anybody even
I
asked
asked you about your passion. You said beer.
Oh, but I was being fun, okay? But that's what I would do if someone asked me that. But I would be like, but actually, my passion is creating audio sketch comedy.
Actually, my passion is YouTube.
Yeah.
Actually, Passion. Have you seen Passion of the Christ? What a movie!
Okay.
It was like a couple of people need to change their addresses before subscribing to Chunk or
Okay.
some shit.
Well, wait. The questions are obviously they'll be flooding in no time,
Okay.
but there's a delay.
No,
So
but
in the meantime, we should talk about.
I saw both. No, never mind. It's the same person repeating the same question. Never mind. Smegma. No.
What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? What kind of question is that?
I bet it's something about like testicles and like smell somewhere in there.
Like, yeah, pea and vaginal.
You can roast your beef, but you can't pea soup. Something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Kind of like a tuna fish kind of pun.
I need another beer.
Go
You
get
want
one.
you want to sit here while I get one?
Yes.
Why don't you
Please.
go get him one?
Yeah, listen, Moxie. It worked.
We can have the face sleeve.
Yeah, what will we do? Oh. Have you ever considered using the illegal migrants in New York and breaking into abandoned basement to make a Chunk sweatshop?
No,
Moxie?
dude, I don't want to go to New York.
Hmm.
No way.
I bet my face is better than yours.
Oh,
You got a
yeah.
face for
Thank you.
radio.
Thank you. For the beer, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh! What vape you rockin'? This is a Canadian
Lavender
vape.
Oh, shit.
Fog formula, raspberry dragon fruit ice. Intense. This sucks. This is horrible. Oh, is this?
What's bad?
Yeah, it is bad. You want to try it?
Yeah, sure.
I have a problem,
Whatever that shit was called, that long title, that sounds like an AliExpress like sex lube.
Kind of tastes like Smarties dust.
Yeah, it's not great. But I need the nicotine. I need to be able to have it indoors.
Dude, nicotine gum.
That's a good point.
You want some?
Are you on that?
I chew one
Yeah,
every
there's some
morning
tablets.
Oh my
before
God.
work.
This is a
Gets my brain going, gets me all hyped up.
this
Make
is
some
a,
shit,
this is a
too.
giant.
Yeah, there's some tablets down the
Well,
grate below.
that's what the
I just want to pull the whole thing out so we can see.
at Target, employee discount. I get 10%, but there's a wellness discount for an additional 20% off of like fresh veggies or smoking cessation. So I didn't smoke nicotine gum until I got an employee discount where I was saving like 30% off. I chew gum every morning, anyways.
These are a really gross color. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna come through, but they look like rusty.
Yeah, they're kind of grody.
Nah, it just looks wet.
Kind of looks like pea soup.
Yeah. I'll try one. How's it taste?
It's it's fine. It's cinnamon gum.
It's
I
cinnamon.
usually I chew one of those with a different gum. Usually like some xylitol, whatever, mint gum.
Mm-hmm.
I like cinnamon gum, but I can't usually find cinnamon xylitol stuff just for like mouth health Although I did just order a bunch of caffeinated gum the other day, so I could start the day off with a nicotine gum and a caffeine gum, and then go unload a truck.
Because then you can basically get the same effects without having to piss first thing in the morning.
Yeah, well, I'm still going to mix up my liter of caffeine drink, but right before I leave, or like if I wake up at midnight, I having a caffeine drink, and then a couple hours later, the caffeine gum to top off, and then the nicotine gum about 20 minutes before I leave, and then the caffeine and the nicotine makes me have to shit. So I take a really good nasty shit before heading off to work and unloading a truck.
Nothing like.
There's a system to all this.
You've got a very intense system because you got the caffeine and the nicotine, and there's also an immunity pack.
Yeah, there's the immunity drink mix. I got to get all my vitamins. Most of my vitamins come from energy drinks, because I get one during my mandatory lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
Usually like a C4, so it's got like all the niacin and all the other shit, and gives you those weird itchy, I don't know, B vitamins, C vitamins, all that shit. Zinc, not in the energy drinks, but in the immunity mix. That's one of the main reasons I drink it, is trying to get zinc and vitamin D. Because I don't get as much sun as I used to working those hours. I used to go out hiking all the time, and I get plenty of sun. Now I don't get it from, the sun, so I gotta get vitamin D from somewhere else.
Fish bones.
Here's a question. When's the last time any of us have gotten a physical?
I haven't been to a doctor in,
I think,
like 15 or 16 years.
yeah, I was probably like 12 or 13 the last time I went to a doctor for anything. I mean, last time I needed a physical, it was like for summer camp, and I just forced a signature because I was like, fuck it.
It was like some youth church thing where I had to go and get physical. I think that was when I was 15 or 16 or something.
Something about that, yeah.
I think that's when I got it. And then I don't like the medical industry, so I do.
Especially now more than ever. It's like,
Yeah, I really don't trust them now, but hey, we're not going to get into all that.
nah.
Basically,
So all of us, not since we were children.
pretty much.
Yeah.
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 And there was some sort of legal requirement.
Mandatory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Which is pretty common for things like, like field trips.
Right.
Like overnight field trips and shit like that, I think. I don't know how it is now.
This gum is
We probably all
weird.
have cancer and diabetes and shit like that. We don't even know, but
Get a real significant burning sensation in my throat.
Probably
this
cinnamon.
gum. No, it feels like it's beyond cinnamon. Is that what you get?
Oh, the gum.
Right here?
Um,
Could I possibly be allergic?
when I first started chewing it, it would have like a pretty extreme sort of feelings.
It's pretty concentrated nicotine. I mean, I remember when...
It's 4 milligrams. They have a 2 milligram one. If I get the 4.
Right. Because, like, the one that you, like,
It's also
gave me that I tried...
I also usually mix it with a different chewing gum. So, like, if you want to see
Oh.
that packet of the pure stuff underneath the monitor over there, the blue packet, usually it's a mint and the cinnamon one. I have those together.
Yeah.
And that kind of helps even things out. And that's got the xylitol and all that, so that's good for your...
Oh, so this one, it says kick aspartame. This one is for becoming not addicted to aspartame? And nicotine?
Aspartame's not good, apparently. It's xylitol. It's that sugar alcohol. It's good for
It's good for your good for your teeth, right?
Yeah. So that's the main reason I get that, is for the xylitol.
No.
I'll take one. Take as well.
Woo! It's powerful.
Peppermint.
Good lord. So many questions here.
You know, I've heard that about nicotine gum. Like, you're supposed to just, like, pack it in your cheek or, like, under your lip, but...
Definitely, I notice that, like, sometimes if I chew it as vigorously as I normally would, I get a supreme head high, and I have to just stop chewing for a bit.
Yeah.
At least until I get in the truck and I'm unloading shit, and it's just going nuts.
Yeah, that's my experience with, like, the nicotine gum that you lent me. It was just, like, one, I don't really do nicotine or tobacco that much, just whenever people give it to me. And you gave it to me, and I tried it. But yeah, like, I was
So what
ready.
about chunk?
What about Chunk?
What were we talking about? The chunk?
Chunk?
Chunk is a gum road.
Okay, yeah.
I just want to reset for a minute here.
Yeah.
Probably go at it. We can be getting off a tangent. Guys, send more questions, please.
Well, that's good.
Someone sent a really long, question that we can spend 5 minutes reading to ourselves before answering. Because
Wait.
Oh.
Is Chunk a brand of gum? Someday, perhaps.
Oh.
We could get into that. We've sort of vaguely considered food products as, not as a standalone, but as an included item.
Something flat, something.
And that's the problem.
I think we
It's gotta be
have
flat.
talked about what could we possibly include in it would have to be a stick of gum, one of the flat ones.
Or some sort of powdered.
do we know if the ink is edible?
I mean, I've never tried it.
I bet it is.
Edibles, in some ways, a state of mind.
Maybe just avoid the cyan ink, perhaps.
But we were thinking about that at one point, some sort of, because that would be a fun thing to include. Is this with this chunk, there is something that you can actually eat. It would have a value beyond just the stimulating neurons in your brain. It might actually be
Right. You get the
real
temporary
nutrition.
pleasure of a stick of gum, yeah. Something
Or
fleeting.
like a fruit leather sort of thing,
Okay, yeah.
or a bouillon, some sort of powder that you can add to things.
True. Maybe a spice mix.
Yeah. I would love to do that still.
Little dime bags of oregano, homegrown.
We're always coming up with new ideas of things we could do, and then that's where we run into trouble.
Yeah, just
We
in case,
try to-
yeah.
as we try to do them. This sticker stuff, something that we tried to start 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Before Chunk, trying to figure out how
But
to
you
do
have the laser
stickers.
cutter back then, right?
I've got some other piece of equipment which I need to figure that shit out before all this, and then I've got actually, hey, yo, go grab that plastic bin, the one plastic bin up there. That's printable vinyl that I bought
Oh, nice.
years ago, which is supposed to be high quality 3M stuff, and this is what we were going to use for the first Bug Saga. We were going to include stickers with that, but then ran into so many issues because it's cut from a large roll, so it's all curled up, and it would have all these issues going through the printers, and it's then the ones that were printed on didn't look right. Maybe it had. I mean,
The ink smudge, something like that.
I initially bought this when I had the first idea to do stickers, so it was 2 years old.
Yeah.
So when stuff was printed on it, it was it looked all crackly and all it was probably just no good anymore. So that was the first initial step of trying to do stickers.
And that was the one you replaced with the
Cards.
the trading cards,
Yeah,
right? I
that
heard
was a
about
super
that.
last thing. Trying to make that work, which was a whole other thing. Where I bought some other equipment which I've used one time. But yeah,
It's all gonna culminate, though.
Yeah, definitely learning all sorts of shit along the way and figuring out what works, what doesn't, and the best way of doing things. But yeah, stickers has been something we've been trying to do for 2 years.
Purely out of necessity, like you're talking about with the old Bug Saga release. You guys did cards.
Yeah.
Got a corner cutter, and that was
Yeah,
all.
and I'm not super happy with that corner cutter. I think it's not nearly as exact as it ought to be. I wasn't too
Yeah, it
happy
had
with-
some weird
I wasn't too happy with the corners. It was too hard to adjust it to be actually right.
Yeah, because even though they had guides, it would still overcut, and you'd get little, what do you call it, little hanging Charlies where they cut the corner off because it wasn't in line with the actual edges.
Yeah, it's because it's it's corner, it's a right angle sort of thing, and the adjustments was with these two little knobs, and it was hard to get them to line up, and there was too much plastic. But it was a super last minute, just okay, what can we do? Let's do trading cards, whatever. We have this because we had some printable, photo
Like photo paper, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we had that on hand already, or it was like eventually it didn't look right, so I had to order some other photo paper, like some Amazon stuff, and paid extra to have it shipped like overnight.
Jeez.
And then I got it, and the backside wasn't printable. It was almost like a plasticky backside. So I used some other material that we had on hand, which was like a printable, like full sheet, block out paper, label paper.
Oh,
so
yeah,
the
yeah.
letter size where it's got the it's split in half, and it's
Yeah.
just like a sticker of paper. So like we had to figure out. So basically, it's like photo printing for the front, looking really nice, and then the back was not printable, so I had to print on a different thing, and then stick it on the back. So it was like 2 layers, and then trim it. It was just a whole process to figure out
Trim it, cut
how
out
to
the
make
corners.
something that was decent enough
Passable.
to replace a vinyl sticker, which is what we said was going to be included. And like all that went down in like 3 or 4 days of trying to find all that stuff and get gear and custom make some shit. And that was working with that was Bugsock, so Odin, Oding, Obi, who designed a bunch of cards and figured out this whole thing with me within the space of like 3 days.
Oh, so they're like done like scratch pretty much. Like he didn't already plan those at all. He just
No, we were not planning on doing cards.
This is a good point to bring up in sincerity, is that every single chunk has its own struggles.
There's a lot of adaptability that we have to do. Yeah.
And the point of doing that is it is actually very important to us to send people a thing that we're very proud of and that is high quality enough that we feel it merits, they're being subscribed. People are very kind and generous. They're subscribed to Chunk for many, many months. There are individuals who have been subscribed to Chunk since the beginning, for 14 or 15 months now. And we actually do, and by we I mean you, care very sincerely about. We're not just like, well, we gotta just get this out. We're just going to, do it in the fastest way possible. We're gonna just whatever it takes to just get this shipped out. It's like there's a quality control standard that is actually important. And when things don't work out, it's not that we're just gonna, and by we I mean you, it's not that we're gonna just be like, well, it didn't work out this time, we'll just try it out. It's like there's a whole process of figuring out how can we make this work in a very short time frame in order to get this out in a timely way, but actually still have it be high quality.
yeah, because it's not even like we can't get the vinyl stickers working. Better luck next time you replace it with something else.
Mm.
That's something.
And it's also part of it is we're learning as we go.
Yes,
Like I said, we've been trying to do these stickers for a long time. We're now at the point where we actually do have a methodology for doing it.
It's pretty amazing and finally to actually have the vinyl stickers coming out after all this time.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, and you'll be happy too if you order. Go to chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. Get this sticker pack with the Cheese to Meet You mouse stickers. We got 12 unique designs here, all from the artist Hans Amsler.
Guys, if you love stickers, you will love these stickers. I guarantee.
They're nice. They're very nice stickers, and they're the result of many, many months of trial and error. It's not we just had a wild idea, like, hey, why don't we just try stickers and see what happens? Like, there's a lot of testing.
Buy a sticker machine, and then there you go.
Because we got like test stickers plastered every here and there, and they're still on the wall. I just got one right here, which I'm
Yep, that's a Bug Saga sticker.
hitting it with some fingernail, and I'm scraping it because but it's not coming off. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's been there for a few months.
It's the real deal. We ain't fucking with you. We've been working on this. You know, at this point, I have to say when we, I mean you, because we could just assume. But just when I say
The
we, I'm
royal
talking about
we.
Moxie. Yeah, okay. So we've been working on this for a long time to actually get it to the point where it is good enough that we can sell it. All the times we've made stickers in the past, previous to this issue, every single sticker we make has been included with the chunk. In this one, we put one of these stickers in with the comic, the Cheese to Meet You Mouse, but since we've got 12 of them, and it's, you know, that's a very full sticker pack to have 12 unique designs. Now we've actually reached the point where we're comfortable saying you can buy the whole stack separate from the comic. It's cheaper if you buy it with the comic. Obviously, we want to encourage people to get both. We don't want you. I mean, I don't know who would just get the stickers.
No, some people just like
Some people
Some
really
people
love
do
stickers.
just love stickers.
I never got it, but you know.
So if that's you in your mind, then you can say that the discount on the bundle is for the comic. You get $4 off the comic to get the stickers at full price. But anyway, it's been a long
You
time.
can get the context of the stickers you love so much. God damn, I love these stickers.
There's a
They
deep-
look so cool.
a deep lore.
I wonder what they mean.
Why
The-
What
does
is this?
why does the rat shit?
The story behind the stickers. I gotta pee again.
Go for it. I'm not gonna stop you.
Hey, while you're out there, can you get me another special export?
You got yours empty?
No, I got a couple more sips.
Okay.
About as many sips as it takes to pee.
Okay.
Pop my back.
Let's see. Anything going on the chat?
Give me a quick look.
Oh, people are talking about my health habits.
Oh, someone actually just got the sticker pack, and or I guess because you already shipped out volume 2, right, of the Cheese to Meet You.
Yeah, those got shipped out yesterday. The sticker packs were put up today.
Okay, so maybe they only ordered the sticker pack,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
someone got their package today. It looks like. Got some people saying, you know, fans of
Oh, there are some people there
The rat?
nearby from where I ship from, so they may have gotten the
Oh, okay, so
Cheese
yeah,
to Meet You
Some-
already.
someone else in the Middle East got their Midwest got their whatever.
Because some people have already done their cheese.
Already?
With the sticker pack, yeah.
Holy
No,
shit.
not with this sticker. They got a
Upside
sticker.
down.
Not the
Well, they
sticker.
mentioned the sticker pack, so maybe they're
Maybe they
confused.
ordered it as well. Mm-hmm.
This person did say just got the sticker pack, but there's no way.
Oh,
We
they
haven't
probably
sent.
just ordered the sticker.
Yeah, wait. Okay.
See, that's what I said.
You're right. You're right.
We were talking about
Someone says my first chunk was the Cheese to Meet You Mouse. That was maybe. That was over a year ago. I mean, that was March, I think, 2023.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm not good at remembering the months on these things. All of them blur together. I'm just constantly working on something.
I don't know.
And I haven't read any of the chunks yet, but I bet they're good.
This Ham's can smells weird. Smell that?
Oh yeah.
Sort of. It's a little bit of an ass. Was it just me?
I don't know. It kind of smells like I've never really smelled hams. I've never just like sat down and smelled it, but it smells like it. That kind of smells like how it tastes. So
Kind of like a fermented steak.
Yeah. Yeah.
that doesn't seem abnormal to me.
No. How you doing on these? Oh, you're almost done.
Yeah, I've got a small stack over here. I overprinted a little bit more than I normally would because I had a communication error on the printers. It restarted the print run partway through.
Hmm.
So I think I ended up inside with 20 sheets, like 25 or 26 or something.
Ah, cool. So the extras done.
Yeah, there'll be extras. I was like, oh, I don't care about like making a little bit more. Fine, I'll do it. because that's also one nice thing about the stickers is it took a long time to figure them out, but it's a lot less printing than a booklet.
Yeah.
It's one sheet to make 12 stickers of this size.
One side of one sheet.
Yeah. 'Cause
When we do the max amount of pages we do at this point is 32 pages, which is divided by 4. That's what, 7 sheets?
8
8 sheets,
sheets.
front and
double-sided.
back. It takes a while to print all that because also what we something we were running into with this last release is you got to print the A sides and then you got to let it dry completely. It takes a day or two before you're printing B sides, or else you're getting jams every few pages.
Yeah, it's they get ink logged. There's all sorts of problem solving I had to do on this one because it was just it's a full page thing. It's ink over the entire page. So it was like playing around with print densities on that's a printer setting, slightly altering the DPI of the PDF output just to use a little bit less ink without sacrificing image quality, weighing them down, trying different like there was so much shit that went into trying to figure it out, and that's something that we're going to be doing a little bit of later. Is I'm trying to calibrate these things to be more color accurate, but at lower density levels of ink, so that because like if there's too much ink on it, it kind of gets the page all wavy.
Yeah,
and then the print heads hit it, and then you get like little black streaks and all that. So you gotta like weigh them down, flatten them, and then doing the other side. But then also the more ink they have on them, the more friction there are between the sheets. So like they'll drag a sheet along with them when they're being pulled up. So usually like, on the B sides, I'm feeding them one sheet at a time just to prevent that. So yeah, like those are the days when I'm getting up at midnight, and then I have 4 printers running, putting one sheet at a time in each one.
Very hands-on, yeah.
Just for 2 hours straight until I have to take a shower, get dressed and all that, and then do it for like another hour before I go to work.
There is a fun problem with making this stuff where every step along the way, an error is a bigger waste of time.
Yes.
So it's sort of like if you've already spent time printing all these A sides, and then you get to the point where the B side is fucked up, then it's like, all right, you've wasted all the time you spent printing that in the first place, the A side.
Yeah, because like also printing the A side, depending on the quality of the, like, will standard quality look okay, or does it have to be high quality? For like certain images, there's no difference. Other images, you gotta do high quality. This last one had to do high quality, which is like 2.5 minutes per side.
And so it really compounds over time, where the amount of labor, or just time, even if it's not like active labor, but the amount of time that's gone into each individual sheet or what you're working on has grown, I don't know, exponentially, but significantly over time. And it's funny, when you reach the very end of the process, I was trimming the cheese to meat you mouse. And you trim 3 at a time. At that point where you're trimming, it's the last step where you're actually handling the comic itself, the chunk. And at that point, it's gone through the whole A side printing and B side printing. It's gone through creasing. It's gone through collating and stapling. If you trim it wrong at that point, you've wasted so much time. All of those things compound. And I remember just on one, I had a stack of 3 while I was trimming and just fucked it up, trimmed it wrong. It's only 3, but then when you think about all the steps that have led to that point, it really compounds. That's like a wasted 10 or 12 hours, really.
Yeah,
because let's see, if it's 3 booklets, just in printing time, it's 8 sheets of paper, so 2.5 minutes per side. So you got 16, 32 minutes,
And you got
and
creasing, which is quick, but it's still, that's 10 seconds, and
yeah, just like
it adds up.
But most of the time would just be the printing in general, yeah.
Printing is the
big one.
But like still like even though
it's also pretty hands-on for me.
But even though like creasing and the folding is quick, it still requires like hands-on action. So.
Mm-hmm. So you can really fumble at the goal line.
Yeah. Well, on this last one, for the printing alone, assuming nothing went wrong along the way, just like with the base print speed, 120 hours. But that's divided over the 4 printers, so
right.
Still,
and
30 active hours of babysitting printers.
Right, they're
print 200-ish copies.
And yeah, exactly. Like printing, it is active hours because you can't just leave the printer running and assume that like when you come back a few hours later, everything's going to be done. That's never ever been the case. Even with it was obviously a lot worse with the old printers, but even with the new printers, it is. Mm-hmm. You have to be there.
Yeah, even if it runs smoothly, it's going to run out of paper.
Sometimes even when you are there, and by you I mean me at this point. Instead of we, I mean you. You or I could be watching the printers, and this happened with a few issues ago.
Oh yeah,
and
the stack over here.
And perhaps while it's going, it seems like everything's going according to plan, but maybe just you pressed the wrong fucking button at some point.
There's very specific, odd settings you have to do on these to get. We basically have bullied these printers into doing what we want them to do. They're not made.
They are not made for this.
So it's like the whole thing is like I have to design the document, letter size. That's how it goes. Oh, and but the printers have their margins are not equal. They have asymmetrical margins.
Oh.
So if you want to like print a booklet, and get one side and the other side, they're not going to line up. Mm-hmm. So I have to create an oversized document, and I don't remember what the dimensions were, but like I've got a special document made, and I figure out the borders. Like I put in my own white borders to be like the same size all the way around, so that looks right when we print it borderless on the printers. And then you have to select retain size because photo printing, they want to like expand things to make sure it covers the whole sheet. We don't want that. We actually do want the border for trimming and having a little bit of leeway there. So it's like I have to create an oversized document with very specific odd borders built into the document to print at 100% size, because it's going, even when you tell it to retain its size and not expand, it will go off the edge. So like I have to design it specifically that way. Then each printer has a slightly different margin. So I have to make 4 different documents with these 4 different margins that I've dialed in to get them to match so that they all can like just work together. It's a huge pain in the ass, and they're not made for this shit at all, but they have really good image quality, and that's why I got them. Mm-hmm. And also the eco tank system, where the bottles of ink otherwise it'd be prohibitively expensive to print with inkjet and color, because we were just doing toner before with black and white.
And the other thing that would be prohibitively expensive would be to just say, hey, why don't we just outsource all this to a print shop?
Oh yeah.
They obviously know what they're doing. They've got years of experience, and you are paying for that. You're paying for all their equipment and all their experience. Like, it's our choice to say we're going to learn this from the bottom up and through trial and error over the course of many, many years. Yeah, this is completely DIY. And it's do it yourself, obviously. It's you.
Of course, another thing, too, is when you hire a professional printer, you gotta pay professional prices because they know what they're doing.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
and also,
all that is baked in. That's what would make it prohibitive.
And if you, send in your files or whatever, and they're just, one pixel off, they'll be like, eh, be gone with you. Bring it back when it's like when it fits the format.
Yeah, or they'll just print whatever you give them.
Yeah, they
And
will.
they will
Regardless of
just-
whether it looks good or not.
Right.
Like some printers, I think because they do like more like a high like hardback books, like they will do like test prints, or they'll allow test prints, and kind of like gauge it. Then I mean, still got to pay for
Or
it. But
there's like that, the Amazon printing on demand, whatever. Like people do books through that,
yeah,
and some of them just look like total ass.
yeah,
Where it's just like you'd be like, yeah, you uploaded some bad image file, and they just printed it.
It was
They
the
gave
wrong
you exactly-
DPS,
They
yeah.
gave you exactly what you gave them. So it's like, yeah, it's either you're paying a lot to have somebody who's professional, or you're paying a medium amount and they allow you to totally cock up. And then you're still paying for it. So we're trying to figure out how to do it for
What
a
we
cheap amount with a lot of time and effort, and actually learn how this shit works and do it ourselves.
and in terms of like what the artist is getting out of it, like there's a pretty significant difference between what we're doing and just like the artist going to a print house and then selling it on their own. Like we don't. There's no upfront cost to the artist. Like when they're making a chunk, we're never ever charged the artist for what we're doing. All of it is like we are going to we'll upfront pay the cost of all the materials and all the labor, and we're going to distribute it to the baked in audience. Like all the artist has to do is give us something that we're excited enough and happy enough with to send out to all the chunk subscribers. Like it's a very good deal for someone who's not so freaking don't do that. Somebody, it's like people, there's so many talented people out there, obviously, but like there's a lot of barriers for like making something. So we're here to recognize people who are super talented and that we want to share their work, and there's no upfront cost to them. We're absorbing all the cost and all the time and all the labor to say, like, you're helping us grow this. We are going to work together to get to this point.
give her
Like,
shit to do.
yeah.
'Cause I think it can't, because you mentioned before, like paying for like professional printing, like whether you do like professional or like mid tier, unless it's like print on demand, which is sort of what we do here. But like like normally if you go get it professionally printed like a comic, you get like 200 copies, but then you have to have the burden of these 200 copies, you have to sell them then.
Yeah.
Well, so you're paying,
But the difference-
that's the alternative. Is
So
like
you pay
you're
and then
paying.
sell.
Exactly.
Opposed to here
And-
where you don't pay and then you do have a guaranteed audience. So if it's good and people
And-
remember your name, that's I assume that's how it works.
It's
I don't know.
literally impossible for the artist to lose money.
Yeah, they
Exactly. They're only exactly.
guaranteed audience, guaranteed pay.
And we also we're not you're just trying not to be dicks at any point here. We want to have a service that like is beneficial to the artist and the person who's buying it. But like a big part of that is we're not saying we're gonna print X amount of copies and we're gonna account for all the material cost of everything we print, and then it's up to you to sell it all. We only charge. The artist is getting out of the profits, but only for what is sold. So it's like if we print 250 copies of something that they make, they're not like they don't have to pay out of the gross what for the whole amount of copies we print. It's only per copy that we sell. So like if we print 250 and we sell 150, the artist isn't paying for that extra 100 copies. They only pay for that on the basis of when they're sold. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Doesn't
the
it?
material costs.
Yeah, but
They
it's not
pay
for the whole
The
thing. It's
material costs of what's actually sold is
Exactly.
calculated to be removed from. Well, not removed. It's not removed. It's
like
to
they're
calculate
getting a
profits
cut of
for
the
them.
profit,
Yeah.
but for what is sold, it's like we're not being slimy about it. Where we're saying like Well, we
we
printed
tried really hard
250
on this.
copies of it, like, so, you know, we may have only sold 100, but we're gonna like take out the material cost for the 250 that we printed.
Like, oh, you
We
have to pay
only-
for storage now. Ooh.
No, yeah, like it's important. It is I think a valuable part of Chunk where we want to be working with the artists in a way that is 100% beneficial to them, because it's also
Because it encourages them to, like, make more stuff to print.
Well, and more so, it's because we're not pieces of shit.
That, too.
You know,
We're cool.
I don't like to admit it, but I'm an artist too. So it's just like,
Ugh.
I like,
we want to be the sort of people that we would want to work with.
we support artists. We like artists.
We
The
like
artists that we work with.
we like-
want to treat
we
well.
like creative people. We like
Yeah.
go-getters.
So it's just one of those things where, like, we don't want to screw anybody over, and we don't want it to be a bad experience for anybody.
Yeah, if anyone's getting screwed over, it's Moxie. And I mean that's
self-inflicted.
if we looked at the numbers, that's well documented. Moxie is getting screwed over.
If you looked at the numbers,
well,
a big 0 right there.
yeah,
0, oh, that'd be nice.
nobody's getting screwed over harder than Moxie.
Put my big drink in the fridge again.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to drink it earlier, but I'm not.
Can you give me another Hams, please?
Can you put one of my special exports in the freezer?
Okay.
Domo. I don't know how many more of those I have, actually.
I think you had at least 2 more.
I've got 2 here, 1 here.
Yeah.
Maybe I've had
Maybe 3.
1 or 2 already. I might only have 1 more. It might be the last one.
I feel like we cover a lot of the same ground when we do these streams, but probably
There's
it's,
one already
it's-
like in the freezer, so I just grabbed it for you. And I put I put the
good.
last one in.
Okay,
you.
so I do
Thank
have one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, almost done. I've got that one and this one.
Oh,
and
nice.
1 extra sheet. And then I'll get this out of the way and you do your stuff. And
Nice.
then I'll be doing some color calibration, which is
Okay.
the next thing we'll be talking about, I'm sure.
Oh, thank God, something else to talk about. We've been waffling about how great we are.
Yeah. Well, but
Great, man.
We
at
are-
the same time, yeah,
we are
we're
great.
also talking about the road to greatness that we have
been a
struggled on
long
for a long
road.
time.
How's chat going? Is it funny?
I have no idea. I can't read and talk at the same time. I don't know how the streamers do it.
You stay.
This is fine. This is
Streamers
perfect.
usually have
It
multiple
probably helps having like a
screens
line
and
of
all
sight
that,
thing, not having to turn your head.
Right. So
Here's a good question actually.
Okay.
Someone's asking, is Chunk accepting submissions somewhere right now? How are submissions done? Do you search them out? Do you find people? Do people come to you at all?
that is a good question.
Yeah. And that does happen.
Yeah. So I would say at this point, 90% of chunks are people who I'm seeking out personally because I know their work and I enjoy their work, and that's a pretty big prerequisite for making a chunk because I need to see just that like the artist like is capable on their own of making a whole thing that is enjoyable.
Mhm.
Because there's a lot of people obviously who have the idea of like I could do this, theoretically, and I would be really good at it
It's
theoretically.
like their eyes are bigger than their stomach.
And that's a lot of people, and that's
Which-
that's totally normal. But it's none of us here are gonna commit our time to saying like, well, I assume you're gonna have a whole finished product that is like totally great that I really love. So basically a big prerequisite is like already having made something that does feel like
that's printable, yeah.
a significant, doesn't even have to be printable necessarily, but just like
level of quality.
Yeah.
where it's like you
And then-
doing it
yeah.
on your own.
And then there's also been like sometimes like Gas Mask Family. I thought was like that's one of my favorites
Mhm.
so far, and that was already a made thing.
Yeah.
That was finding something that just we wanted to be like.
It's like this is already made, it's already great,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
like-
know that
Yeah.
The chunk subscribers would love it.
And
so.
all you do is basically make the packaging for the cover and shit,
Well,
right?
making it into a physical thing.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
like physical media is so important to us.
So
and it was like only digital at that time. It was like, oh, hey, shit.
there's a
let's let's do that.
very big part of that where it's like you have to, if you aren't a person who has like some sort of large record of making your own stuff, you at least need to have shown the initiative to make something that is complete and it is your own work that like we can just judge on its own merits. Not that we need to like be like, yeah, I like these little things you're doing and I assume that you could do something bigger. It's like it's a huge boon to you to just have already had the initiative to say, I'm going to make a whole thing and I don't care that it's like a chunk thing or anything. Like I'm just going to make a whole thing by myself. So that's a big criteria and what helps me determine the sort of people that I'll reach out to. But you can just send me something. Like if you, especially if you have taken the initiative and you've made a whole thing, if you send that to me and you're like, here it is, here's the whole thing, that's super easy for me to judge and say, yeah, like we would want to put that as a chunk. Like if you send me one page of a comic, it's hard to say, yeah, like keep it going, like do the whole thing and then we'll find out. It's easy if you're like, here it is, I already made everything, and then I could just say, oh yeah, perfect, it's already ready to go. Like that's what we're doing.
And there's no way to get a hold of me.
No, yeah, don't
Yeah.
talk to Max. Yeah, that's
I'm really off the internet.
yeah. So we'll say the specific thing is if you got something where you think that you have something that is like ready to go, email chunkpublishing@gmail.com and I'll look through it. We will look through it and determine, whether we think that's something that will work for the chunk audience.
And another thing too, like maybe like if you haven't made it yet, but you want to make something, at the very least, like maybe you can do like an FAQ thing on the site, but like giving kind of like the parameters for like what is the best format for printing for like
that is something that we're working on. It's happening.
Okay.
As we
And
figure out
artist
more and
guide.
more this production stuff and what's necessary, putting up some detailed
guidelines and stuff like that.
guidelines of this, especially when it comes to margins, because like a lot of times, especially with this thicker photo paper and like doing 28, 32 pages, whatnot, the inner pages get heavily trimmed. So like you want to have a lot of space away from the edge of the page. Some stuff, like people like to really push things to the edge,
Yeah.
because it looks good, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's in a digital file, it looks good. And if you imagine that being the final, yeah, that would look great. But because we have to trim and there's all this other crazy shit, a lot of times it's just like, yeah, we just need basically separated backgrounds and be able to like put the content that you want on the page so that will fit and not be trimmed into, and then a background that we can expand and shrink and whatnot so that we can trim and have it not look like ass.
And that's
the big thing.
And that's a really specific thing that like we have to work with the people, chunk artists, like on a pretty specific basis
Yeah.
to like figure out how we can turn their what is a finished file into something, a finished digital file into what is like a realistically printable file.
Yeah.
That's a whole separate thing.
I brought an example of like margins. Like this from the when I was cutting out the sticker set for the cheese to meet you mouse. But you'll see here like if you can get me the I gotta avoid the lights, but you can kind of see there's like a bit of a color around the edge. That's about, I'd say maybe a bit less than a 1/16 of an inch margin for error. And so, and I'm I don't have a guide for the guide. I basically like eyeball it, but thankfully I got it well centered. But like
And that's for stickers, and that's even more precise.
But it shows the importance
than-
of like you want to have like room for bleed, leave room for more, especially when like most of this is being done manually by hand. Like if we had like an actual like articulated press or something, we could just
or some laser guided.
The margins for printed things that aren't stickers are greater than that even.
Oh yeah. Way larger.
When we're trimming things, but that's not something that you should view as like a barrier for entry. It's like that's something we work on specifically with every artist. But like as we refine the process, we are, eventually we will have an artist guide for printing that we can send to people that will have all the information laid out in a very clear, understandable way. Like, but it also, as we continue to make stuff, like we're refining the process.
Yeah, it's changing all the time, like learning shit along the way and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, so it's not a barrier for entry. It's not to say.
I just wanted to show off like how good of a cutting job I did.
Can you hand me my screwdriver, the orange one?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, definitely we are interested in seeing your stuff, even if you don't have a completely finished product. I know. I mean, I'll speak for myself. I'm very interested to see what you're working on, and I can give some sort of indication of like either yes, that's like you're tending in the direction where we're interested, or maybe not. But like, you do have to understand that you have to be the sort of person who's going to take on the responsibility yourself to finish a whole project, a whole creative project. And it doesn't mean like you have to do it by yourself. You can work on it with your friends or people you collaborate with, but you have to be the organizer of what you're working on, where you're ready to take on that responsibility of saying, here's the whole thing, because we're not gonna, we don't contribute in a creative sense to what you're making. Like we
just build the stage.
Our whole contributions are making what you've done appear in physical reality and having it look as you want it to look and as we want it to look.
Because I know there's like some really hand stamps on there.
You finish?
Yep, I'm done.
Very nice.
And then there's some situations where we are more involved, but it's usually unless it's something that like it's like one of your projects or something. Usually we don't, but like I know in Gas Mask Family I did a bunch of stuff on that one. That was fun. Maybe that's why I like that one so much.
With CDs, it's sort of different.
Yeah, CDs are a bit more.
If we think of a CD, it's like we think that as the artist, your main contribution is giving the audio. Like you've got 40 to 60 minutes of something that can be an audio CD. I'll say you enjoy the process of being like, we have the audio, we want you to send us like some ideas and maybe some source images to make the CD, but you really enjoy like actually designing what the whole CD will be.
I really enjoy that.
And you've done that with every CD we put out so far.
Yeah, and which is before that was all your stuff, right?
It was Matters. The Electrolyte CD was the only one that wasn't mine. Matters, Electrolytes.
Okay, you made some assets for that and sent them to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
For doing the design on.
But you were still like
Oh yeah.
Like it was your choice, like what actually ended up where and how to edit it. Yeah. And you combined and separated things.
And that was fun.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. I think that one turned out really good.
For the time being, for this year, basically, we're kind of stepping away from CDs because it is more work for you design-wise. It's very labor-intensive. It requires a lot of cuts to...
Yeah, that's one reason we got the clicker press. I guess I can get on camera. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we got the clicker press, was actually to simplify CD making, so it wasn't cutting things by hand with like little metal, handmade metal guides and slicing off the end of my thumb. But I still have
Which is on camera.
which is on camera somewhere.
It's on the Chunk playlist.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Nice. Yeah. So CDs, that's fun, but it is pretty labor intensive, creatively, and for like trimming and all that sort of shit, and like, yeah. That's one thing I want to streamline a little bit more, using the the clicker press and getting a custom die made for like cutting out and greasing everything all at once. But for right now, I mean, we got like that video of the
Halloween CD.
of the Halloween CD showing this whole process of making a CD. It's still kind of like it's done that way. It's labor intensive, and to make to make 200 of those or something is a lot of time.
And yeah, like we will definitely come back to that. Basically,
Yeah.
the reason that we're focusing on these booklets now, similar sized booklets, though they aren't all the exact same size, is like, we're a little bit behind with sending people out their chunks. So what is important to us right now is making sure that we're making up lost time. So if we have just booklets and they're similar size, they don't all have to be the exact same thing, but that helps us a lot. Like in the transition time from project to project, it takes a long time to transition from we're making a booklet this month to next month we're making a CD. It's a whole different production process. Still involves printing and cutting and all that, but it's not the same thing. It doesn't. If we have just booklets, we're able to not have to
I
change
want to just hide your feet just in case I drop this 120-pound clear press on them.
Okay, all right. We're bringing in the die cutter now for stickers. These stickers that we had printed yesterday, and now Moxie was laminating them today for next month's chunk, Soma by Etienne Boulay. We're gonna be roommate is gonna be cutting these. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's heavy.
Okay.
Get it?
And I'll probably might have to re-level this thing depending on the surface, but it's probably fine.
It's probably pretty level. It's on top of that. But yeah.
I'll find it once I get all the shit on it.
That thing is solid.
Yeah, it's solid metal.
I mean, you want a lot of what do you call it? Just mass force or whatever, because it transfers a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm. Dude, roommate's sweating after carrying that for 5 seconds.
Probably sweating from drinking so much. Fat pigs.
That's our employee, dude. That makes us look bad.
I wouldn't talk that way if he was off the clock. And he would be my roommate. Now he's an employee, so I can abuse him.
Okay.
It's an awkward thing because there's also a bunch of metal straight up, so it's not just like centralized.
Oh, dude, yeah. Someone just time-stamped your finger cutting experience.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it. I mean, I lived it. That's enough.
It's because you're talking, you're answering chat questions.
I know. I'm trying to interact with the audience, and I slice off the end of my finger.
It took a long time to heal, too.
Yeah, it took quite a while, and then it was not fun unloading the truck and bleeding all over the place. I had to wrap that shit up real good.
Your black blood. Oh, that was something else, actually.
No, that was when I bashed my pinky nail. No, yeah, that was a whole thing. That's healed well enough. But yeah, it's Okay, what's the issue? What's up?
I'm just trying to figure out if I'm gonna keep on hitting this thing while doing the.
You probably push it back a little bit more. Try to get back.
That should be enough room then, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now I'm just cleaning the surface of the the cutting plate. It's like a high density polyethylene or.
I'm trying to remember which one I got. It is definitely a
polyethylene.
yeah, and like I'm trying to remember
It's
what the.
polyethylene.
It's not Mohs scale. What's the scale they use for the hardness of the shit?
I mean, I know like that's for rocks, the Mohs scale.
Yeah, I know. What's the comparable version?
I wouldn't know.
I don't
actually.
remember. It's
Most of the time, like back in the day, whenever material came in, they never labeled, like the hardness. It was always just like the thickness and stuff like that.
I specifically bought this one because of its thickness and because of its hardness. Because the one that came with this thing, I mean, this is some China shit.
The one that came with it was like an actual like kitchen cutting board, pretty much.
It was thin and it was, well, not thin, but it was probably like what 40% the thickness of this.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it was softer. It was getting a lot of cut marks on it.
Also, it came with the shitty Chinese press. Like it was uneven. It had some bends in it. This one's more.
Yeah, we've done a little bit of work on this, filing down some of the surface to try to get more flat.
Yeah, because
we haven't done that on the top surface yet because we want to get it as flat as possible on both surfaces.
Yeah.
To get like an even straight cut, and also, I mean,
It's a little.
there's a little bit of slop to this when it comes down. So if it's not like centered
with the
right in the
spring.
middle there, that's an issue. So I'm thinking about actually maybe making like some side.
Like guides
Like
or just.
rod guides. I was talking about springs before, but
Yeah.
it's probably not too difficult to like tap into like
Oh, no,
either
yeah.
side, and then like put something over here and have rods.
I mean, if
two
we
rods
like
and two rods.
I mean, this won't do it now. We don't have the pieces for it because
Oh, yeah.
there already is like this tapped hole right here that. Where did I put the? Down here. We got the Allen wrench. We're taking off a plate, so we could just turn that around and have this in the back, and then use that to basically have like a stop,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll guide it, and then I'll keep it more or less straight up and down. Maybe add a spring or something. Maybe
Yeah.
some.
Okay, maybe like a spring in the back there.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
not
that'd
threaded.
be-
It's just a hole. So.
Yeah.
Take out this tightening bolt, slide something in, use it as a stop, make sure that whatever we're cutting is more or less centered to this.
Yeah, we'll have to play around. That would be the first thing to try for sure.
Yeah, because again the hole's already there, and we don't want to have to like get like titanium tip.
And then take the stop off and like file it down.
Yeah.
Like I was saying about like sanding it down to the metal.
Gain level, yeah.
JB weld or something to actually like
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
it's
all like even, yeah.
totally flat surface on both ends.
Because when it comes to like especially like when you're like cutting like paper materials like that, I don't know how it is for leather. It's probably similar, but you want like a really. I'll go to this camera. You want like real even surfaces, and nice clean.
Because preferably we would have it where we can cut the whole sheet at once because we've got enough of the. You want to grab the cutting dies and
Yeah.
show those off a little bit because I got enough to do like a full page at once. But the way things are now, because of its like uneven, yeah.
Because the thing is, like, as you cut, you kind of gauge, like, if you need to, like, modify the surface or how things are being cut. But, here's the cutting dies. I got them numbered, so when I start going dull, I'll be able to identify which one is making the cuts that are unsatisfactory. But for the most part, there's been mostly just the press itself. But, slide it in, knife side down, line it up with the material. You'll see some of that later down. But going back to the leveling, I keep this magnetic level ruler on it at all times, so I can always check the leveling. And then I'll do it like multiple angles to make sure that like the plate and the cutting surface are as close as they can to like being the same angle when they meet, because that's important. It's not always going to work because again, there's like some wobbles because of just how they design it.
Yeah, there's only those 2 points of contact, of bracing and whatnot.
Yeah, but as long as you keep the blade and the material in the center, you don't get too much wobble. Because you'll notice, like, basically, if the surface is unlevel at all, it's going to hit, this die first, and that's where you're getting all the cutting power. And then the only way you can get this part to go down far enough to, cut the rest of it evenly, is to like push this end further into the cutting surface of the material, and you're going to scrape it up, and you'll get like earlier I did a test cut to see how many sheets we could get through.
Oh,
With
yeah,
one that spurt.
yeah.
There was more or less kind of like fixed itself, but there's a real deep cut in there from the die or the rule. The rule itself was actually uneven. It was cutting a weird surface. I don't know.
Mm.
It's hard to see, but just trust me, it's there.
See some grease marks on that thing.
I'll clean that later, but I'm cutting on the other side. But see this
Oh,
thing.
speaking of grease, should we bring out the big salami?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
I prefer to work left to right, but I guess I might just have to bear with it and invert my process.
Oh.
And I still need
Alright, so now, next part of the stream, we're die cutting. Cutting out these stickers, which we were just cold roll laminating. Oh, dude.
Big salami, my lord.
This is... Look at this thing. This is a MoxieFamous buy. You guys don't know Moxie like I do, but this giant hard salami. $6 for this thing. This is a whole deli salami.
Yeah.
They're usually charging $12 a pound for this
That's
sort
a
of thing.
3-pound salami, baby.
Authentic Italian recipe. These are the bullet points on this. Slow aged for optimum flavor. Gluten free, no MSG. Sadly. 0 grams of trans fat per serving.
They probably have some natural version of MSG. That's what they always do.
No scent. No detectable scent.
Well, they do have sodium nitrate and nitrate.
Good to have them separate.
I'm sure it's wrapped in plastic underneath this. Let's see if I've got a smaller knife in here. I don't want to bring a big knife in here. Oh, yeah, I knew it. I've got a stash of dishes over here. I got the smaller knife. I'll go clean this and I'll bring the cutting board.
Alright, great. Yeah, we'll start cutting into this bad boy. This has virtually nothing to do with chunk, but I haven't eaten anything all day. I've just been drinking these hams, and I think I'm ready. Oh my god, it's got like a really detailed map of Italy on it. Never heard of any of these places. Giussi, Urbino, Rimini, Ravenna, Imota, Modena, Reggio, Tola, Ferrara, Empoli, Pisa, Volghera, Massa, Castiglione. Oh, nice.
We probably need a cutting surface.
No, this is good. I think this works.
Which box do you put? Put it on top of that box.
Ooh.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh. A pure white salami. Very rare.
Is that like the real
I don't
penicillin outside, or is that just like cornstarch?
know. I don't know how to break into this bad boy.
Take a bite out of it.
Let's take it. Let's cut into it a little bit. Oh shit! Ah, fucking! I lost it.
What'd you do?
I lost the salami end. Oh shit! Don't worry about it. Oh,
Did it land in his hat?
there we go. Ooh, that's nice.
That looks pretty legit. It's got some stink on it. I like the good kind.
That's what we want.
Oh, you peel that off? You don't eat the skin?
Do you want to eat it separate?
I've never gotten such a real salami before. I just kind of figured you just kind of eat it all together.
This doesn't look edible.
That must be the casing.
You can try it if you want. Is that Does it smell
Smells
edible?
like they got funky cheese, smell like a brie.
Oh, we want this in the shop.
I mean, good taste. I mean, it tastes like salami, so no shit. But I can't tell if it's just like, you know, dried skin casing or if it's like paper.
Yeah, I don't think it's edible.
I think it's paper.
Yeah, I don't think it's edible. But even after that, the salami's still.
Though I bet if you peel the whole thing up, use that like a nice stew broth or something.
It looks good. It looks like it's at least 60% fat. Mmm. Mmm. It's good. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Mm.
And then with this press too, because it's like pretty uneven, you'll see I give it multiple like cuts. I'll move the piece around a little bit just to make sure that I get a nice overall coverage.
Oh.
See how well it did. If anything, I probably undercut it.
Oh.
But
We got everything here. Okay. Wheat thins. Generic Havarti. Generic Colby Jack.
now this is me fucking up, like didn't cut all the way through.
Hmm?
I need to give it a few more pumps. But it's also cut through just enough that I could also just tear it out, just like it's perforated. Because it cut through, you know, it cut through the front part of the sticker, and there's enough stress on the back that I could just gently, maybe not that one, but I can save these.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Now, Mr. the Minute Hour.
Uh-huh.
Ah! You just cut the end.
It hit my nail. So,
Okay.
okay. No blood.
Slice.
Dude. Whoa. Let's take it down a notch here. Let's go slow.
Anyways, I
What
had
were you saying?
a terrible realization.
Mm-hmm.
The color calibration I was going to do
Mm-hmm.
requires my computer.
And we had to unplug
And
that
we unplugged
to string.
my keyboard and mouse and all that to use that.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Do I try to figure that out and deal with all this too, because it has to be tethered for me to do the scanning? Or do I just talk about the process and just do it later?
I mean,
Probably
I
that.
personally don't care. It's up to you.
I'm just gonna do it later. It's gonna be way too much of a pain in the ass to do right now.
But we can talk about what it would
Talk
have
about
been.
what's going on.
We should talk about what the calibrator would do
Mm-hmm.
and what you've started with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think maybe I'll eat some salami and wheat bits first.
All right, nice.
Oh my god, it's been a day.
I really nicked. No blood.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Too bad.
It's not allowed on YouTube anyway.
Oh, I don't know. I've done it.
Mm. Mm. That's good.
There, yes, that's some good.
It's really good.
Hell yeah. I knew I had one of these open. There's only one of these in there.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Get in. You got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good salami.
Mm.
Yeah, think there's one of each sticker. I finally remembered the trick I used last time to get him to cut cleanly.
There we go. Well, I haven't touched salami with my hands yet, so I guess I'll, Got some stickers.
The new stickers. Just making these for Soma. Which will be coming out soon. Okay, let's get more cheese in here. Do you want the soft? You want the soft spread?
Hmm?
Do you want the soft spread?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, let's put the cups there for that. You want these just randomized or separated by type? I'll do it by type.
Yeah, might as well for now. Some of them are going to be more than others.
Yeah, the yellow one and the blue one.
A
Or
couple
no.
in the middle there, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, the red chunker and
Yeah,
the
these two.
purple chunker are more common by
Yeah.
like a minor degree.
'Cause there's 5 designs,
By a flight.
12 slots. No, it's
Guys, that's artificial rarity.
look at this.
So
Look at this.
Well, there's a.
They got a little tab thing, and you just grab that, and you pull it.
Maybe use the
Undoes the
soft
whole
cheese
thing.
before.
It's probably not Italian. That's probably enough for like 2 crackers. That's pretty excessive.
let's see. What else can I say about the die cutting process? Probably more, but I can't think of anything right now that's really pertinent.
Yeah, I mean, now you're basically just in the background working like I was doing earlier. So now I'm going to be up there hamming up,
Hell,
and you're going to shut the hell up.
I refuse.
I know.
I'll only do what I'm good at. I'm not a fancy artist like all you whippersnappers.
Whippersnappers eat shit. I'm going to talk about the color calibration later. I did the lambda.
Boom.
Oh my goodness.
Those are all yours.
Hell yeah. Domo arigato.
How far do you think we'll get into the salami?
Oh.
Balls
Maybe like that much?
Hmm.
I mean, it depends on how
It's a
meaty
lot
you want to
more
get on
than
it.
I thought. For $6.
It's a deal. Which is why I had to buy it, you know?
I want to try a soft cheese one.
It's good.
Oh, this is nice. Hey, open this. Hey, open this. This?
Oh, they got a little tiny red
Oh.
string. Yeah. The wheat thins,
What'd that do?
that cheese, the salami, all from the discount food store.
I don't know, this whole thing altogether couldn't have cost very much.
No, let's see.
the
Salami
way
was
you got it.
$6. I think the wheat thins was $3 for the big box.
Which has 2 of these.
2 big ass
Giant
bags,
bags.
yeah. And then these Happy Farms cheese things, which I'll look them up. Apparently they're from Aldi or something. I don't like Aldi, but this is good. Those were 99 cents a piece. So the only non-clearance food place food is the Target cheese slices. I get a discount on those. So yeah, let's see. $6, $3. That's 9, 10. Those cheeses are like $2 a pop, minus employee discount and all that. So this whole spread here is probably like $13, $14.
And this is like maybe 4 days worth of
Oh,
salami and cheese.
Oh yeah. Back when I worked with a general contractor, I would just like get like little French bread rolls from like Food Max, Food for Less, and they were like 4 for $1 or something. Get those, eat like 2 of them in the morning, and then just bring a bunch of grocery outlet salami slices or ends and pieces and whatnot, and just eat those during the day to get salt because I was sweating so much and just like fat and protein. So I would just like live off of bread and salami when I was working. It was pretty good. Got the job done. You feel thick on the salami, huh?
Looks too much. I mean, I'm scared of cutting into my finger again because that's the very first cut.
It's true. Maybe I should bring the bigger knife and make it easier to cut. I usually do less cheese and then thin salami, but like sometimes I'll do like a couple layers of it.
I'll try with this next bit. I'll do them a lot thinner. This is like the end piece. It's hard to get them thin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. I'm so hungry.
Have you eaten anything today?
I had some of those noodles. Those leftover noodles.
Oh, okay.
It's all bad.
This is what Chunk is all about. Value.
Oh. No.
It's fine.
No. No. You guys don't even own a vacuum cleaner.
We do.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Hanging next to the guest room.
It's a Makita one. I use my tool batteries.
Oh, okay.
It's small. It's hanging somewhere. Yeah.
I won't stick up a salami, but it'll eat dust.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the bigger knife because that'll probably make it easier for you to cut the shit.
Dude, this thing is just covered in hair now.
Now, on a regular die press, you don't need to worry too much about rotating the cutting surface because it's going to be cutting the same spot every single time over and over and over again. That cutting surface is going to be like, not even like a 16th of an inch thick, but like it can be like minuscule. Get like what they call the material, I forget, but something kind of like a vinyl. But in this case, because it's a clicker press for leather, I try to make sure that I rotate things around so I'm not cutting the same spot over and over and over again because this material can get like fuzzy if you're cutting the same spot over and over. And to avoid that and keep the surface as level as possible for a cleaner cut, I make sure to rotate it after every cut.
What does that have to do with salami, dude?
I don't know, I just want to talk about, things I'm good at. I don't know, like my die press, like a bit kills on the stand-up stage.
What if we put this salami over with the die cut press? I don't want to do it because I know this is an important thing. But yeah, like just theoretically.
You'd cut through it, and then there'd be a bunch of grease that I have to clean off.
Oh, right. Okay.
You can have a perfect 2.5-inch circle. I don't know, maybe trim off a little bit of that.
Just do it all the way through this whole log. No, that wouldn't make any sense.
I don't think there's enough
No,
clearance.
that's too thick. Yeah.
But I understand that temptation because back at the old dye shop I worked at, they had like the paper cutter, which was like used for like cutting through like 50 plus sheets of like material at a time. Basically, a huge like hydraulic guillotine. I see that thing as like, I want to just get a Subway sandwich and chop it in half on this thing so badly. Never did. I should have. I should have done it on my last day. Just got a sandwich, a banh mi, if you will. Just
You didn't get both of them.
I don't know what to do.
You really goofed.
I don't know how to do these soft cheese triangles. I've seen these before, but I've never handled them myself.
What's good is the what's the Scandinavian one? Snowfrisk or whatever. That's a good.
oh, that's the dessert cheese, the sweet one. Or?
No. That's what's that called? That not the brown one. No, Snowfrisk or whatever. The shit. It's like. It's a soft spreading cheese. That's
I'm
good.
sure I've had it before.
Yeah. But like when you basically only shop at grocery outlets and whatnot,
Grocery outlets and IKEAs. Okay.
you get really get droughts of salami and cheese, and when you come across some, you jump on it. I probably should have bought more than one of these salamis. I don't know how well salami freezes, but
I mean, it's full of fat, so it probably doesn't get damaged too much.
Yeah, it's cured. How long does salami last?
I know I've had some salami that I've left in my fridge and then ate probably like a year and a half past its best by date.
All yours.
When I was younger, I used to volunteer at like a like homeless kitchen. Well, it's like an emergency housing consortium sort of thing, and yeah, dude, making shit in the kitchen there. There's so much stuff that gets delivered, donated from stores. It's just like past its best by date, and they would have like signs up with like like here's the relatively safe period for these different types of foods. Past the best by, sell by date, all that sort of shit. And then like half the time, we got something like, oh, it's moldy. You just like cut this little bit off, and like volunteering there like every Friday for like a year and a half or something. As I think it was like 13 or 14 or something at the time. I was just like, yeah, dude, food lasts forever here. What the shit? I get like yogurt and then I eat it like 14 months past the best by date, and it's like, yeah, it's fine.
Yogurt's good forever.
Yeah, dude. Like if it's not open, it's like this shit's not gonna go bad.
I mean, in general, you can just tell by smelling.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty rare that you smell something and it smells fine, and then you taste it and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the secondary defense. It's like if you smell it and it is fine, you taste it.
You open it. Does it look fine? You smell it. Does it smell fine? You taste it. Does it smell bad? No. Does it taste bad? No. Eat it.
This is so good.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've had a good salami meal.
I can't believe how much you have for $6.
It's like this shit's probably like.
Ouch!
Did you actually cut yourself?
Oh, I shouldn't have the knife
Do you want a
facing out.
Band-Aid?
No, I just gotta wash it.
Wrap the salami on it.
You gonna get blood on the food I'm eating?
It's not bleeding that bad. I biffed it, dude.
Is that with the new knife too? That's not the initial one. That's like a new cut.
It's the big knife.
Come on.
I don't need a Band-Aid. I don't want a Band-Aid.
I know you don't want a Band-Aid, but I don't want your blood on my cheese.
I had a nice little shock, dude. I always keep my knives dull.
Because I bought it on clearance at Target.
Mm.
A knife set.
It's a problem with salami. You gotta cut it. It's not actually like gushing, so I think it's fine. I'm not gonna get blood on your salami, I swear. I'm gonna put it on my salami.
I'm gonna have my eyes on it. I'm watching.
Oh, yo.
What?
Just put some blood on my cheese.
This turned out to be a pretty laid back stream.
I don't know.
Where the hell did I put my koozie? I can't put this shit in here. The koozie, it doesn't fit.
Well, I brought it with you in the kitchen or something.
Shit. It's on top of one of the printers. I'll talk about the color calibration in a little bit. That's one of the big updates. Which doesn't really change too much for the audience, but other than saying, hey, the quality is slightly better.
At least consistent.
Yeah. Mostly just say how much money I'm spending on shit.
I'm 100% focused on salami right now.
Same as the audience, I'm sure.
I'm gonna do one full cheese slice for this. Oh yeah. What are you doing over there?
What do you mean?
What's going on?
Same old, same old. I'm just trying to...
Lining up some dies?
What?
Lining up some dies?
Yeah, lining up the dies, cutting with the dies. Trying to get a feel for, like, because I had some, like, not miscuts really, but just kind of, like, uneven cuts. And the surface I'm on isn't level, but the plate is level to the cutting surface is level to the plate, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal.
Mm.
But also just, you know, like when you're on a die press, like a mechanical one, you gotta do it all like by ear. You can like kind of hear when things are cutting wrong. But for this one, you can hear it, but more or less you can feel it like in the lever as you're cutting. You kind of get a feel. Sometimes you don't feel that. You're like, is it cutting? But am I overcutting? Who knows? I don't know how much is audible.
Make sure the audio's still going. Oh,
But like, the reason I call it clicker press is that like when you kind of breach the material, you get this nice clicking sound. It's subtle, and but you can feel it through the lever as well. So if you're cutting well, you can definitely feel it. There we go.
Hey chat, what's your favorite salami? I don't remember the names of all of them, but there's definitely ones where if I see the name of it, I'm like, oh, that's the one I like.
So there's Geonosis salami.
like brand or
Spicy
No,
salami?
like variety.
it's like hard salami and Genoa salami.
I don't like the Genoa shit too much. What's the Calibration or there's some spicy one. Like there's a.
I do like them spicy salamis.
It's just like, you know, whatever would show up at the
If you're
grocery
gonna get
outlet.
spicy salami, why not just get pepperoni?
Because pepperoni is ass, dude.
What?
It's different.
Salami is more of that funk going on.
Yeah, pepperoni is just not nearly funky enough.
Also,
It's
it's
just
got
like generally, it's kind of spicy-ish, but it's like, it's not, okay. Because you can get like a
pepper encrusted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's different, and it's gonna have a different texture. A lot of this hard salami it's harder, it's funkier,
Mm-hmm.
it's better. It works more with other shit. And pepperoni is just made for basic bitches. They always go for the most basic shit.
Alright.
Pepperoni
This salami is
made
very
for
good.
Cooking, man.
But this would be horrible in a sandwich. You couldn't make this work in a sandwich. It's too hard.
I mean, you could cut it really
No,
good.
you could.
How thin
I
would you
could.
have to cut it?
You have to cut thin, normal.
Use like one of those like cheese slicers or a mandolin.
I'll
It's
cut
not-
it as thin as I possibly can.
Okay, then I'll cut it as thin as I possibly
Alright.
can.
Alright.
Look at how much blood is there.
Okay, it was an accident.
It's starting to
dude.
drip.
It's not dripping,
seeing
dude.
it.
It's drying.
There's more and
There's
more.
a difference between dripping and drying.
You have to start holding your hand this way, have it drip the other
No.
way, and try to trick me.
Okay, that was a mini
Thin.
accident. Okay, as thin as I possibly can. Oh, that was so good, dude. There's no way you're getting thinner than that.
That is pretty good.
Oh! Okay,
Yeah.
we'll have to switch whole positions.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll have to be in the chair, salami in the
The
lap.
driver's seat for the salami.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna wash off real quick this wound.
He's cutting at an angle. Uh-oh, I didn't get a full slice. I goofed on that.
Oh no!
I'm out of practice. This angle shoot.
Ooh. Ooh.
The first one I goofed, it was like a little Pac-Man one.
That's good then.
But yeah, no, yeah, that's about what I would.
On a sandwich,
good.
though? You
Yeah,
can't tear that
it's
apart with
good.
your teeth. You're gonna be like,
It's got bite. It's got bite. It's got texture.
Don't talk to me about texture, dude.
Texture? Well, why can't I talk about texture?
That's your job, dude. I think the slices speak for themselves.
They're about the same, yeah.
That's not what I was gonna say. I think this guy, whoever did that slice, not quite as thin as this professional.
Yeah, that's
slice.
yours.
That's mine?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I did these two.
No
I
way.
cocked up my first
No
one.
way, dude.
And then I did this one. This is yours.
No way.
Yeah. Yes way.
Give me another chance. Put me in.
I don't know if I should.
And then he's already cut his finger off twice.
Do you have a band-aid?
I do. Oh, do you actually need one now?
Yeah, because it's just... I cleaned it off and it started bleeding more. Oh,
I mean,
that's...
do you not believe that one's mine?
No, that one's really nice. Because that one's not even staying straight when you hold that up. That's like... Oh, yeah.
I'll find you a Band-Aid. I'm pretty sure I bought some
And
more
I'll keep
recently.
going.
I think
Keep
it's on top of the
slicing.
fridge.
Chop your finger off.
I think we were about like me chopping my fingers off using a die press.
Ah, damn it. Not good. Bad one. Very bad.
Yeah, I got another box of fabric ones recently. The good Band-Aids.
Oh my god, I just killed it, dude. That was my mistake. That one. Look at that.
Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Look at that. That's not good.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even close. Okay.
Just waiting for you to get a paper cut trying to get that shit out of there.
Get.
Alright. Well, let me sit in the chair for a bit and I'll talk about this color calibration shit since we're not
Okay.
demonstrating it because we gimped my computer without thinking. And then we'll just get this out of the way and it will just be a mukbang stream with this guy mumbling in the background about what he's doing.
A salami like that.
So basically, we had some issues with color on this on the Cheese 2 release. Trying to get things accurate. Like, I've got a from the factory color calibrated displays. It's not actually color calibrated, and I'm not sure what display they have. And the printers also do their own thing, and then they sent physical art for me to scan, and the scanner does its own thing. So trying to figure everything out to get colors to be accurate and what we were expecting all the way through was a huge challenge. Huge enough that I decided that I'd never want to deal with that again. And I bought a color calibration thing. I've got the Calibrite, powered by X-Rite, Color Checker Studio, which I use to calibrate the scanner, which is a whole different thing. Got a little color chart thing. You see this in video stuff a lot. But yeah, scanning that in, creating a custom color profile to use in the scanning program for that specific printer. So now things are scanning more accurately, thank God. And then I'm creating color profiles for the printers for each paper that we're using and each quality at the print density I expect we're going to use, which is going to reduce the ink usage, so we don't have the problems of the heavy ink warping the page and causing issues. I might have to do more of this later at a lower density or whatever. Just barely got this thing going, so I'm still trying to figure it out. But we're trying to get it to be color accurate so it looks good while using less ink so it doesn't warp the pages. So I figured color calibrating at that lower print density is going to be the way to go. And so we've got the color charts that it prints a color chart, and then this has a scanner on it, scans through all the colors, and then does a second color chart, which is what we are going to do today, except for my USB hub. We ended up using it over here for all the video stuff, so I don't have my mouse and keyboard at my computer right now. Then we'll scan the second one, and it'll create a color profile that we can use for that specific printer, for the specific paper at those specific settings. So one of these printers I have halfway color calibrated, and I've got little notes with all the settings. So basically we have 3 different printable materials that we use most often. For the booklets, there's the cover page, which is a 48-pound double-sided matte photo paper. The inside page is a 32-pound double-sided matte photo paper. And then we have the printable vinyl matte paper, not paper, but sheet that we use for the stickers. And then each one create a profile for color calibrating at high quality printing and standard quality printing. So 3 papers, 6 different profiles for one printer. Because each printer is different, I'm going to have to do it for the other 3 later on. But we will be color calibrating all the printers to be accurate, and same device to color calibrate my 2 displays. Also bought another display recently, which is a more modern display than my previous color accurate display. So between the display, this calibration thing, and then also had to buy I had to upgrade my graphics card. I've got an old one from 7 years ago, mid-range. I don't game, so I didn't really need a good graphics card. New display actually does need a better graphics card. So within the last 2 or 3 weeks, to get everything color accurate, it's like $1,400 in buying shit. And I'm going to get this shit calibrated, get the screens calibrated once I get the graphics card to show up. Because I could do it now, but It's gonna show up like tomorrow, so I might as well do it then with a actual graphics card. I'm going to calibrate the screens for every job that we do, like every month or so. And then the printers, once I get those set up, maybe every 3 or 4 months, calibrate them, make sure that they're going well. But yeah, it's going to be a bunch of work up front, but it's going to be super accurate instead of like going back and forth and trying to figure out what the actual color is. Because like on this last one, for Cheese 2, it took quite a bit of work to get the colors accurate, close to what the artist wanted. And eventually we got something very close, and it's had some very, very specific color correction settings had to do in the printing dialogue. And hopefully this will simplify that.
And it's not like even a matter of like the colors are a couple shades different from like what it is. When we were looking at the difference between what you color calibrated last night, like,
Oh, the scanner.
it's a whole different color.
The scanner does a lot of, it changes a lot.
Blues it out,
Yeah, well, it's also like there's 2 different scanning utilities that these Epson printers have. One is like more auto and just does shit on its own. Then there's one where you have a bit more control over it. That's the one that we're able to apply the scanner profile to. So I think maybe the other one that was used before, the smart scan or whatever, just like way overdid shit and really cooled the image. Like the color temperature was way off. Shit was just absurd.
It's like a whole different color. I mean, like, we were just looking at like the little card sheet that you had scanned. Like,
Where I put it?
Yep.
I put that somewhere.
oh yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this little bad boy. And they're like, when you're looking at that in real life, there's no question about it. It's like, all right, I see what colors these are, but you don't realize how much data is being transferred and it's being converted from program to program. And what the artist is
depending
working
on the display as well, yeah.
what the artist is working with, what they send it to us, the different programs that we have to go from, like what they're working into, what we're working into print. There are so many differences that it doesn't just end up being like it's slightly off. It's like things can actually look really fucked up. Like
Drastically different. Yeah.
we're looking at what the difference is with what the color calibrator that we're using. Something that's like very clearly magenta on the screen will be very clearly like purple when printed. And those are just very different colors. It's not just like a little bit of darkness or like a little hue shift. It's like it's a whole different color that you're getting.
Yeah, and it's also something which, especially for me, like I feel like having this is really necessary and just like super useful because it makes every stage the same level, and also because I'm mildly to moderately colorblind.
Disabled.
I ask my roommate very often, let me use your eyes, because I'm red-green colorblind. That's, we always did like black and white printing before, and it's like, dude, I don't want to do color. And then eventually we went to color, and it's like, well, I don't know.
Try.
I'll figure it out. Apparently figuring it out is color calibrating and trusting the machines.
And yeah, it is a lot of work where it's specific to each printer with each paper.
Mm-hmm.
So we need a specific color profile for all those things.
Each paper, each printer. We got 4 printers. We got 3 papers that we're using. I'm still trying to figure out how to get CD printing to be accurate, because it's not like I can print the chart on CDs. So I'm probably going to have to find some sort of glossy printable surface that is comparable to the CDs that we use. So that's down the line, but that's like the thing I've been thinking about recently is how the hell to get those accurate.
Right. There's a ton of variables, and we you know what I mean. We're learning it as we go. Like, we're never just accepting what we're doing. It's always like, when we're making these upgrades, it's a matter of trying to eliminate steps from the process. So the steps that we're eliminating with this is the back and forth, which can take a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring out like what tweaks need to be made manually to get the colors as they're actually supposed to appear.
Yeah, and because like I can print something, I can take a photo with a camera or like a cell phone and send that. It's going to change the colors. I can scan it. If the scanner is not accurate, it's going to change the colors. So it's hard to go back and forth without actual physical like prints, which I've done in the past on some projects of just like printing something, mailing it to them so they can see it in person, and then that slows things down because it's at the pace of mail.
Yeah, that slows it down. That's like a week or weeks of just trying to get this one step figured out. So then it makes a lot of sense to like invest, even though it is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
For this color calibrator, it saves us a week or two of going back and forth in the whole process with each release.
We can at least set a standard where we know it's accurate, and then it's kind of more on the end of if it's a digital artist that's submitting stuff, like if they do their stuff on the computer, if their stuff is accurate, they'll be accurate on this end, but if it's not accurate on their end, then we're still going to have problems.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure that shit out. But yeah, like for like physical stuff, on Cheese 2, like they sent the cover art, and I had to scan it in. So this was like my reference. We had the actual physical art for the cover, scanned it in, I could compare it, figure out the color and all that. So
yeah,
for physical shit, like if someone wants to do physical stuff and they just mail it to me and I can scan it in and everything's accurate, then holy shit, we're good.
I just destroyed this copy by sticking it. But wait, give me that.
What, get some blood or salami on it?
No, I got the adhesive all over it. But yeah, you can see. With this, we've got it. That is color accurate. And that doesn't happen on the first try. That takes several iterations to go back and forth and actually get this correct.
I think there were 8 or 9 revisions to the color to get it where it was. Yeah.
This is nice. I haven't actually seen this stuff. This is huge.
Yeah.
Big
These
cover
new
art.
printers definitely help with that. They have a larger scan surface than the last ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, I made such a fucked up.
It's not too bad.
I know, but like even cutting into the nail, it's like what's going on there?
Hey, you didn't cut off the end of your thumb, so
That's true.
no sympathy for me. I've done way worse.
Oh man.
But anyways, yeah, that's the big development so far is color calibration and getting stuff to be as accurate as possible. And goddamn, it's gonna be exciting.
It saves us time, and it results in a better product.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we're happy with, and the artist is happy with.
That's the main thing. Is always trying to make things better.
Yeah, there's no resting of just like, well, this is good enough, and we can stick with this, and every single release we are trying to figure out how to improve the quality, which is of the utmost importance, but very close second is how can we do this faster so that we can actually put out as many chunks as possible that are already to our quality standard. We're getting there. It's getting there. Every single release we're making improvements. Having these printers is a huge improvement. Doing the color calibration is a huge improvement. There's refining the process that we have to make things go faster and be higher quality, and then there's also the separate thing of expanding what we can do.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of expanding before, and now we're in the refining process because we're like, oh, we're expanding too much.
And
We
have
need
things,
to actually figure out our current process more and more. That's what we're doing now.
and there are things with these printers that we haven't even started to touch on yet.
Yeah.
These are large format printers,
Yeah, we can do 11 by 17 paper now.
which we never had the capability of doing that before. It's still gonna be, you know, the standard chunk, the main chunk is the same size that what we were doing on these printers, like the standard booklet size. That's like this. This is, you know, slightly smaller than booklet size. The very maximum we do is like 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. It's really only slightly bigger than this.
Also, it's we gotta figure out some of the ink stuff and this, because some of the stuff that we're really pushing the 2-ounce right now.
Right.
When it comes to shipping,
Mm-hmm.
some of them were like 2.1, and we paid more for that.
Right. Sometimes we're like just hoping that the post office will let it slide, and like it's so close. Like, do we have to pay the extra 30 cents
Yeah.
per shipment?
For the international ones, that's where we get. The one to Latvia was 2.1, so we paid the 3-ounce price on that.
That's something we didn't talk about, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, international.
We're doing
That's
international
the big
now.
thing.
I should have led with that.
We didn't talk about that at all.
Damn it.
We talked about
Do a whole
a
separate
bunch of
thing
other
about it.
shit.
How many people are still viewing El Kilo in the beginning? Did they miss it?
There's significantly less. What do we got?
They missed all the good news. They're in
Yeah,
bed
we
already
lost-
in Japan and shit.
Lost 20% of the audience, but that's okay. We're doing now for the first time international. You can be subscribed to Chunk anywhere in the world and you can get it. Costs more. There's a $15 tier, that's for everywhere in the world. $13 tier for everyone in Canada because it costs less to ship there. We weren't able to do that in the past partially because we were going back and forth between CDs and booklets, and the difference in shipping price between a CD and a booklet when it's international is huge.
Massive. Yeah, it's a massive difference.
You know, like when we're shipping a CD somewhere in the U.S., it's like $4 or $5.
It depends on the region. It's
But it's in that range,
it's
$4 to $5.
$4 to $5.50.
And
Yeah.
then when you're doing international, not Canada, it's like $12 or $13.
Yeah, something like that. And Canada was like 9, something like that.
Right.
And that's
So-
going through like, not through the post office, but through like a specific website for buying postage that I learned about years ago when I was like, you know, buying and selling shit on the internet. So it's like reduced rates even to like what is normal. If we were like doing the normal shipping,
If you
from
just
the
went
post
up to the
office.
counter at the post office and asked them,
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
Holy shit.
I've got this thing I want to ship," like they're not gonna help you. They're not gonna figure out the cheapest way for you to ship that. They are going to just give you the standard line. So what we're doing already is, like you said, like it comes from you knowing the ins and outs of how shipping works,
Mhm.
where you're already able to save, you know, $1 or $2 per package, which makes a big difference when you're, you know, putting out 150 of these. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're spending an extra $300 per month with these things that you're doing, like that obviously like eats into a lot of other expenses. But yeah, like now we're at the point where this year we're trying to just catch up, make sure that everyone who's ordered chunks or who's subscribed is getting stuff, and there's not a huge wait. So now we're at the point where I lost my train of thought.
we have
Take it
because
out.
we're doing only booklets basically at this point. we know the shipping costs. It's consistent. We're not going back and forth between projects of like, are we shipping a media thing? Is it going to be something that is shippable as a letter, or is it going to be media mail, or is it going to be like a first class thing? Like, now it's more consistent while we're catching up because we're doing one type of thing, and therefore we know what the shipping cost is going to be, more or less.
Yeah, it helps to refine the whole process. Makes it faster and cheaper when we're doing a similar sort of thing each time. You know, there's like there is still a variety of the size and shape of the booklets that we're printing. There's a standard thing which is like similar to what we've got with the Cheese to Meet You Mouse. Like the biggest standard size we have is the 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches,
And just then trims.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like it's never really that big, and then there's not so much variability between projects where we're trying to figure out like what's the most how much can we possibly fit into each box. It's like we already know, we have the standards already figured out, and we've got the parts of the production process where when we've just done a booklet that's the standard size, it's really easy to then for the next one do it the exact same size because all the things are already lined
Yeah,
up.
all
Like,
the
you've got
trimming stuff is already set up for at least one of the ends, so you can start in that end or something. Like, yeah, it's
And when you change
Why do
that
you-
significantly, when we're doing CDs, it's like it's not applicable at all. None of the things that we use to cut, like to trim the booklets, apply to how we cut and trim the CDs.
yeah, because they're not usable. It's hand cut at this point.
Right.
Yeah,
So we will definitely get back to CDs. We obviously really like doing
I
CDs.
love CDs. And that's the one that has also higher shipping costs. So it's like it's less printing. It's more involved on the design and just like setting up the, you know, the document, but you know, like the CD itself, getting that formatted correctly, and then the shipping will be like 4 times as much as shipping a booklet.
Right.
So,
So, yeah,
it's tough to get things to be worthwhile financially for, like, you know, if somebody makes music, then we go like, yeah, we sold it for like $10 or whatever, and then here's all the expenses, most of it being shipping, you make like $1 or something.
right.
It sucks.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that to people.
It's not as beneficial to the artist, and like it's not really about how much profit we're taking in. Like the benefit of us taking in a significant profit percentage is just that we are able to reinvest that to make things better in the future for Chunk. But it's, you know, the artist doesn't get that benefit. Like the artist, we want to pay them as much as we possibly can for their contribution. They don't get any extra benefit by like us reinvesting money in Chunk. Like that doesn't help them. So yeah, it is like the CDs, they add a lot of extra things. It's like you're saying, like it's less to print.
Yeah.
It's 2 sheets. 2 sheets front and back. That's all we need to do all of the aspects of the CD, where that
Mhm.
includes the cover of the CD, the back cover,
The OB strip, yeah.
the OB strip, the inside fold, the tray insert, like what happens behind the CD, and then
Mhm,
also we're printing on the CD itself. All that combined is still less print time than it takes to do all of the pages of something like this, because this altogether this one is 28 pages, so it's six sheets rather than 2.
7.
28. Oh yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is 7 sheets where you got to print A and B sides, where this the CDs it's 2. But it ends up, you know, CDs just end up being a lot more labor-wise, where like you have to do a lot more stuff to bring the whole finished product
More
together.
fiddly steps, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That takes more time. Booklets take more time printing. They're easier to process at the end. CDs take a bit more time to get set up. And their process, the post-production process, is not... It's longer, so it kind of evens out in terms of time, but then they cost so much more to ship.
Right.
Which
It's
is...
4 times as much, basically.
Yeah.
And
So
that's for the U.S., and that's, you know, it's 4 times as much for the U.S. It's similar amount of times as much for international, but that obviously compounds where it's like it's...
Yeah, you ship a CD to Canada, it's like $9.
Right.
It's like $12 elsewhere in the world, I think. Something like that. It's like...
Whereas like with the
9 to
booklets, we're paying a little under $1 to ship it in the U.S. It's about $2 for
92
Canada.
cents, something like that.
It's about $2 for Canada.
$1.94 for Canada, if I remember correctly.
Yep. And then it's basically another $1 for international. So the whole process is, we are trying to figure out like how to do this in a way that is sustainable and expandable. Like we can't be stuck on doing this in a way that just works for 100 people. We want to be able to grow it to several hundred people. So any amount of any time where we're like losing money on shipping or production or anything, that obviously gets magnified times 4, 5, 6, like as the audience grows. So
It's also trying to figure out how to make things. The big thing is like a CD is really cool. It's really special. It's more expensive, so there's more material costs. So there's less, profit for the artist. That's the big thing. So trying to figure out like the balance of the cost of materials and how much an artist gets out something, because like a lot of times we basically like do printing like booklets, whatnot, to see it. It's kind of like a those have a higher profit margin, but also we do things right now at like a project by project basis based off the cost.
Mhm.
So trying to figure out that balance, I think, is going to be something that we'll be doing after we catch up and we're doing all this mostly booklets, that format that we know works well, because because Chunk is like a monthly subscription cost sort of thing. It's a level, so we don't want somebody who makes a CD to take higher costs in materials and shipping and make jack shit, So we're trying to figure out how to balance that. That's a whole other thing, which is why we're doing mostly booklets right now, because it's familiar. We know the shipping costs. We know all that. It's level. People are going to, artists are going to be able to make a decent profit off of that. But if we sell like a CD for like $10, and it costs a couple bucks in materials and then like $4 in shipping, there's hardly anything there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's a higher, it's a high effort thing.
It's basically half as much
Yeah.
profit when you're doing CD to booklets. And just for total transparency, and we're completely comfortable talking about this, like the way that the profits are divided for all the chunks we do is we calculate the material and shipping cost. We subtract that from the total amount of money we're getting in, the gross, and then the total profit there is divided 3 ways. 1/3 to Moxie, 1/3 to me, 1/3 to the artist. Moxie obviously does all of the production and shipping. my third is for
Spreadsheets mostly.
spreadsheets. You know, it's
Promotion. He's got an audience.
it's the distribution.
And you
thing.
never take it either.
No, and
Yeah.
neither of us do.
I wasn't even dunk on him. I hate spreadsheets. I'm glad he's
No.
doing it.
No, but like it's like the it feels to me like a very fair distribution of the three of us, where like there's not one of us that can withdraw from the equation and still have chunk be a thing.
Mhm.
You can't not be there, or else chunks don't get made. If I'm not there, they don't get sold. And
Yeah.
then if the artist isn't there, we don't have a chunk to sell. So it feels like a fair, like an equitable distribution of how that works.
And then you're always giving your cut to the artist or me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, but and at the same time, like you're doing the same thing. Like
Yeah.
you haven't taken out. Neither of us have taken out like our percentage, because, and whenever we do, it just goes right back into chunk.
Yeah. I think in total I've taken out 1,500, and in gear I've spent.
Well
It must
over
be
that.
4,500 to 5,000 now.
Yeah.
And just buying shit.
Yeah.
Like I got a job at Target to buy shit to upgrade chunk,
Yeah. This
and
is
also have stable living, but like also
this is
it's mostly to upgrade shit.
none of us, including the artist, really like are doing this because it's some sort of hugely profitable thing. We want it to be technically profitable only so that we can continue to reinvest in it and refine the process so that we can expand it. It's like I could try to pretend like we're ready to go and just push it full force on the minute-hour audience, but then we'd be screwed because like we're not ready. Like it does.
Yeah.
We have to
Then
be
we'd have like
realistic.
300 hours of printing. And like,
Right.
It's just
We
can't
have
be
to
done.
we have to be realistic about like how we can actually grow. Like we know that that's the way to do it, is to go slow and
Hmm. And we've
And
been
we
talking
talked
a lot
early
about
on.
like how to upgrade, and like we got. Well, I've got ideas. I was telling you about like
I
my
hear ya.
plans. Yeah,
That
so
sounds
like
great.
I've got like a 1 or 2 year plan about how to upgrade gear. I'm not going to be doing it in an apartment. Like I need to move somewhere else. The gear I need is going to have. It can't run in an apartment. It has to be in a more industrial space or in a house with a specific electrical shit done, which I can't do in an apartment. So it's like, yeah, there's a 1 or 2 year plan now that I've been developing to get chunk to the point where it's not going to get gear that's going to be faster, so that we have a faster turnaround time at the same quality. Right now, it's a lot of trading time. I mean, that's always how I've done things, is a lot of time to get the same quality, the highest quality I can. Now I don't have as much time as I did before. I'm still trying to make it work, so I'm like doing so much right now. For a while, and it's going to upgrade, and it's going to be better. It's going to take less time. It's going to be really good, but it doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take a while, and that's something that we've been figuring out.
And you've been
Did anyone put my Miller highlights in the fridge at all by chance?
I haven't touched them. You want me to put some in like the freezer for you, or
Yeah, I'll be done pretty soon.
I'll put a few in the freezer.
Thanks.
give me a hams too.
Yeah. Oh my knees. Oh my good.
A big thing with this is like, Moxie has a plan for having the Chunk HQ be like a really sustainable thing. This is like, you know, what we have now. It's kind of funny. Like, you look at this is Junk HQ.
There's some Anne Frank bullshit.
Yeah, it's like, you know, we're in this room. This is even improvement than what we're at in the past when we were making the zine. There's a lot more room in here. But at the same time, Moxie is not...
He's not settling for this. No.
Well, what I'm saying is
He's got a
not...
vision.
His plan is not to make a bunch of money off a chunk so he can buy a house. That is not how this is going. Moxie doesn't make money off a chunk. Moxie works 40 hours a week at a normal person's job so that he can support what he's doing here. It's obviously well beyond a hobby, but it's not something he can rely on. He can't just be like, well, I'll quit my job and just start living off of chunk funds. That would not work. You would be in a trailer pretty quickly.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. As I was just saying was, your plan to move into a house is entirely reliant on having a job that you work 40 hours a week. That is not chunk.
No, yeah, chunk would have to get pretty goddamn big for me to be able to do that.
And it's like the idea is while you're working your job, and you know, we started chunk maybe 15 months ago or something, 16 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting it closer and closer to what we want it to be, but it is still going to be another year or two before it's at a place where we can really like expand it.
Yeah.
Beyond just like, we have a very consistent, awesome subscriber base, and we thank all those people, and they're very, very nice and kind and patient with us. Well, we take a while to get things out, but anybody who's ever had a problem with like, I haven't got my chunk in a while, as soon as they get one, they'll send us an email that is extremely kind, saying how much they appreciate like that we actually put the time into.
They're very good to us.
They're very good.
The limitation is definitely on the production end. What we're doing,
But it's been improving since
we're
day one.
trying my best, that's for sure. But yeah.
But it is, I mean, it's, it's hard to quantify for someone who's not like been involved in the whole thing. That's why we try to do these streams, just to explain how complicated things are. But
and that we are trying to improve things. And what's up? We got a lot going on right now. We just got something out. Soma, I think, is going to turn around real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Got the stickers pretty much done already.
Yeah, I got maybe like 5 more sheets left, so
Hell yeah.
we'll be done in like 20
On
minutes.
cheese, stickers were the last thing that we did. This is the first one, because we just had things already set up after stickers. I'm pretty sure Soma is already set to go and need to do the final test print. There might be some additional little tweaks. I already tweaked some pages in the black and white. It's black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Nice rough quality. I like the look of it, which works really well with these printers at standard quality.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like no difference between high quality and standard quality on this print release,
But that makes the print way faster.
which is good. Yeah, because it's going to be like a minute 15 per page instead of 2.5 minutes per page, and then it's got
Basically,
Borrow me a pen real quick.
basically half as much time.
yeah, but also that's like for like full page coverage. If it's like mostly black and white and it's like got a lot of white space, it goes even faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Bug Saga, what was the last one?
Three and a half.
Yeah, that one was like 7 hours printing
Figure
total.
like 150 copies.
Yeah, 150 copies, 7 hours of printing. So
That's 150
over 4 printers, so it was like, I don't know, 28, 30 hours printing. That's a lot lower than 120 hours total, like on this cheese.
Compare that also to what it would take to print on these ones, these old printers.
They were slightly faster, actually. Yeah.
What?
But I didn't have 4 of them working at a time.
And they're also breaking down more frequently.
Yeah, there was a lot more in between fixing shit. So when things are working well, yeah, these ones are really, really good. And also the standard quality on these is way better than on those. Basically on those ones I had to always do high quality. So everything was going to be like a minute and a half minimum per side. These ones are better. I also feel like they use a bit less ink.
It's a difference also, like these ones don't have the gray ink.
Yeah, which is the one we use the most of, which is an issue. Yeah. That's a pain in the ass. Yeah, those ones I could get the ink cheaper because there's a lot of, damaged box, whatever. So like on those ones, it was more like $9 a bottle, and these ones we're looking at like $16 a bottle. So they're also newer printers, so like there's not as much damaged stock out there.
That's another thing that's worth mentioning, though, is you search for the deals.
Yeah.
Like, you're not buying things at full price. You're...
If I can help it, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm looking at like Mercari, eBay. I'm looking all over the place.
It's not just like, well, we've got the money, so we need the thing, so we'll just buy it. Like, I'm not gonna expend the extra effort trying to find something that's cheaper. That's something you do very consistently. And
also, I'm just using actual Epson ink. I know there's like third market, compatible ink, but it's not too much of a difference in price at this point to have like better print quality. Cause like on those toner printers that we used to have, like the difference between like the actual toner, like name brand shit that came with the printer when I first bought it versus the Chinese, like whatever shit that came afterwards was a pretty stark difference. So I don't know, like I don't feel like it's worthwhile to investigate a bunch of different third market ink companies that make compatible stuff when it's not that much cheaper, and then I have to drain the tank and put new ink in. I just use the actual shit. That's the whole reason that we got the eco tank system. We got the bottles of ink in there and all that. It's cheaper. It's really high quality. I don't want to mess that up. So I'm just using actual Epson ink for Epson printers. Maybe we could save some money somewhere, but I don't want to sacrifice quality.
At this point, I feel like we've said a lot of what we want to say.
Yeah.
You want take a quick music break and then...
I wasn't able to connect to the... I don't know what the shit happened. I don't know. My phone's not connecting. I was across the room and I was trying to connect to refrigerators elsewhere. I don't know what
your refrigerator has Blu-ray?
Someone's refrigerator in here does.
So I want to do a final portion of the stream, but I want to...
You want a drink, you want to eat some more salami.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
We've talked about junk. People get it.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing.
They get it.
It's the greatest. It's the greatest fucking thing ever. chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. I don't have to say it because it is on the screen about 5,000.
Oh yeah, it's mostly on the screen.
Yeah, it's even more than us.
Yeah, I know. It's not, if you got something that can line up with that Bluetooth, my phone's bullshit right now.
Is it trying to pair? Let's see.
That's trying to pair. My phone's not finding it. You were playing on it earlier, right?
Elk Bledum?
No. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why it's not showing up on my phone.
Oh, I'm in.
What the shit?
I'm freaking in. What do I want to play?
I actually need to actually upgrade my phone one of these days here pretty soon. But I'm not going to do it easy. I want to get Sailfish OS.
What?
Hmm?
What is that?
It's an alternative operating system. Okay?
Okay, whatever, dude. I'll just play this. We've all heard this.
Once I start counting.
Yeah, you've been talking too much.
There's a lot of cut up salami there if you want it.
What?
Salami, cut up if you want it.
Oh shit. Well, maybe after. I don't want to be too gluttonous on stream.
Oh, these. Those are mine.
That was fun. Then you more into the ball at the same time.
Whoa, take it easy. Take it easy.
Where'd you even find that target gun? It's not the one. It was over there. In the wash.
Better one? I had to make it small.
See that? That's my phone.
Oh, your sweat?
No, it's
Why? What'd you do?
that was one of those popcorn. That's why it's over the with the wash.
It's just with the other hat. I thought those were safe hats.
Those two hats over there are for washing. That's
I want a hat. Where are your hats, dude?
Transfer my hat.
no. Okay, which one do you want? They're so gross. Yeah, it's been a while since I've cleaned all these. Well, who gives a shit what's on the front if you're gonna put it on backwards?
Well, see the back. You got small head.
Electrocution. It's just the sugar in my coffee. Overdose with ambition. Only the truck can stop me. Only the truck can stop me. And they keep telling, it's for my own good. Yeah, out of bed at the hospital, going to the bus, but in my nostrils, stuck throwing guts. I'm a tripping toe, hoping the best to crash in the hole. It's just all over.
Ah, shit. I don't want to make any more mistakes. No, it is a rental van. Yes. There is one of mine at the bottom. Yeah. That one's all me, baby. Ooh. Show it off.
Put
Yeah.
that off to the side for the giveaway.
So two of them. One was like immunity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I saw another one. It's like,
I'm not
That's
fond
an
of
early-
that cover, but like, yeah,
that's
that
an early one, isn't it?
yeah, that's a really good album.
Yeah, Grandma, the fuck you was? Hiya, Cassie, I was just thinking. Oh, please make it short. I hate your goal. Really nice to meet you, boys. Come on, I told you not to call me again. What? I told you not to fucking call me again. As every time it says about nothing. And now you tell me you can't get my number. Fucking hell, this can't be true. I'm pretty worried about you. Yeah, no, but I don't understand. Yeah, no, that's what I'm calling with your head. That ain't your family. That's your rat. The fucking rat. And don't say that. Oh, I say that. It's a goddamn fucking rat. Yeah, what about that dancer of yours? I know you're all fake. I know you're all fake. I know you can play yourself. You
We're
should
done. I
have
found it down there. It's an off at That's the last of it. That's like
Remember you're talking about the nicotine gum. I didn't think you'd actually do it.
Huh?
I remember you talking about that when you first started working at Target. I didn't think you were actually going to do
I
it.
through like two of those big boxes. Well, when I was doing overnights, when I was like, sometimes I was just like, I need to get super wired. Caffeine's not going to be enough. So I bought some nicotine gum.
It works?
Yeah.
Felt weird.
It does it for me. It's part of my regime. I wake up, drink caffeine, beauty mix, at a certain amount of time, the alarm goes off, take a shower, another alarm goes off, that's when I'm dried off enough to put on my self-made deodorant mix. And I figure out when I'm drinking, when I'm chewing what gum. It's a whole thing. My life is a schedule.
Mm. You do it well. You're very highly regulated.
Oh yeah. If you don't have a regime, you're just you're dead. No good.
Great.
It's like you and this guy. I'm waking up and I'm like going to work. I'm doing shit all at the same time. And you get hours. What the shit? You know what I'm doing right now? A lot. I thought you came out to help.
Continuing to sleep. You're moving around.
You still sleep. It's like you come up and help.
Ah, nice. Like impasse right here. I haven't done enough, so you can't actually get anything. So we should hang out and have fun. But oh, that doesn't line up.
I can always just defer. Like, I want to help. I'm here to help. But I gotta get rid of it. You gotta deal with this other way. Well, I can help.
I mean, last time you did something.
Is that the...
That's the stack. That's the stack, man.
Get all the way into that?
You mentioned it, so I got the stack over here.
It's a pretty big stack.
It's pretty big. Yeah, that's a lot of.
Cut my finger.
You don't need to know. Work. Work. You're on the clock. You mentioned. God damn it. It'll be on the recording. We have to go back through the recording to find out when you started working. Okay, that works.
Peace. Neighborhood. Yeah, I'm slicing
People say white guys. We got 15 minutes till 10.
They don't want to hear your patterns.
Those short songs.
I just, yeah.
As soon as you get into it.
Some punk shit. The whole album is 12 minutes long or some shit.
Smells really funky.
Very lyrical thing.
Weak doing that. Huh?
It gets really spicy.
What shit's wrong with you? It's the funkiest part. That was actually really, really good. What I just ate? See? All right. Viewership has been going down since you've been dancing, so.
Probably, yeah.
If you want to travel with your kid,
Quick ad.
but don't want to share your kid's
Are you not
bedtime,
using new pipe? Piece
What?
of shit.
Every time I ease myself out of my sack, I get this low rumble. Let the lectin for munching that rolls my eyes, scoot me downtown. They sit me on down. Stop! Go no further. I will have hamburgers with just a little snitter smile of your mayonnaise Chili, chili, hot beans, chicken, talking tuna, mayonnaise, easy days, my pizza pie looks fine. Macabre, he said, never, pizza, pizza. How to buy? Stop! Go no further. I will have hamburgers with just a little snitter smile of your mayonnaise. Here in leads me where the people feed me. Flippy floppy French fries, greasy chewy meat pies, you know what I mean. I'm into something chunky, change really funky. Can you lick it? Stop! Go no further. I will have hamburgers with just a little snitter smile of your mayonnaise.
Done now.
Doctor diagnoses, beef and burger courses. Take me where the trust is. Just serve my burgers hot with mustard.